principal of the mortgage, and then the other portion, and paying into your investments, right? And then because you're already used to paying this amount. So just because now you only have to pay this much doesn't mean you shouldn't invest the difference and pay against the principal with the difference, right? But like that's not taught like at all. And like you said, like people just want to be like, "Ooh, I got extra money, I can go spend now."
Yeah. Like for example, like I was asking, I was talking to Kat about this in the 2 streams ago. How many guys who are 20 know how to budget? Who actually have an actual budget in their Excel sheet or Google Docs or whatever, where they're actually maintaining and keeping track of what they're spending and all that. Not very many. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's
there is that whole aspect. You know what I mean? But like I said, it is kind of like I said, it's a tough world out there. Don't get me wrong in terms of the fellas of that thing, but you need to become financially literate in terms of being able to look at your bill, not get afraid. Like this whole kind of like I seen it was like a meme where it's like, oh, like I don't even bother looking at my bank account because I have like the bank account fear or whatever the fuck it was called. Like people need to get over that shit and like actually start tracking their shit. And what people notice is a lot of people are just eating like half their paycheck on splurging on snacks and on all that kind of shit. Do you know what I mean? Like
that's me, bro. I feel like you talking about me personally.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Disclaimer: I am not giving financial advice.
Yeah. Right? Not giving financial advice, but like I said, it's not just you though. It's like it's a thing that I've noticed across all my mates and all that kind of stuff. It's like they'd spend like $6-7 grand. Like this is all on like takeaways and all that kind of shit. And it's like I said, like there's a reason. Like I just popped out of the shower as well, by the way. Like there's a reason why my skin is this good, and it's got to do with my diet because it's like a well regulated diet at least. Kat disagrees. Like she thinks that it's a crazy one, but at least I'm supplementing. I'm keeping track of it, all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Make sure.
All right. Enough of that.
So
wait.
Yeah, people are
getting up in here.
I do agree what he's saying at the one part when he says though the eating out. That tends to be a problem with people's spending, right? Because people tend like to want it faster. You don't want to wait. So like a lot of people aren't cooking anymore. They're ordering food out now. And like this, like people think it's cheaper than buying healthy food, but it's not. It's not the truth.
People are still buying frozen meals, unconventional and ready-made meals, and they're popping them in the oven or microwave. Yeah, look at Joe Cool. Joe Cool is our token like guy that does everything financially wrong.
He is every
now fast food.
That's why he has to do his streaming from his car, and the rest of us are inside a coffee house.
Oh, cool. He just joined.
Damn, bro.
If I couldn't see him smiling, laughing, and being all with it, I wouldn't make the comments.
Shit. No, that was fucking. No, bro. No, like I was even talking about myself with the like buying food out, like. I'm not too long ago, I was getting bad with it where I was buying food out too much. And then I was like, damn, that's a lot of money you're spending on outside food when you do that, bro. You know, like just cook at home. I like cooking anyways, right? Like I got to eat steak like every day. I love steak. It's just
my body and want to go on vacations and stuff like that instead of having like an emergency fund for anything that comes up.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, sorry, Kat. Man. Disclaimer: I was in the financial industry for 9 years, so I should just shut up because I'll just keep going on and on. Like, yeah, the thing is that like basic things like the rule of 72, right? Like, you know, your rate of return, you put that into 72. That's how many years it'll take for your investment to double. Like that kind of concept to teach to people. Where it's like, no, you don't need to be rich to make a ton of money. You just need to start young.
Can I ask you?
Gay! All right, I'll mute myself.
You know, it's an interesting thing because I think that there's a lot of people out there that never think about how much they're going to need to retire, and this actually hit home with me when I was really young because my grandparents on my mom's side they retired once at 50 or 55, and then they went back to work and worked until they were mandatory retirement at 65 because they just wanted to, right? They weren't ready to retire, but they should. But they have very bad planning because neither one of them plan to live another 40 years. and their retirements ran out. My grandfather died at 80 something. My grandmother died at 104.
Oh my goodness.
And so if you don't, you have, and so what I've done in my retirement, of course, I retired at 45. So I don't know that I'm the best example, but what I did is I just took all my expenses that I normally spend in a month, and that's what I need in retirement to come in without me lifting a finger. If I have to lift a finger, if I have to do anything beyond check my, get on my laptop and look, then it's not really retirement income. It's not really what I need. And so there's a number that is, and I have that coming in. Now my wife has not stopped working yet. I would love for her to do that. She just won't, because she really enjoys her job and it makes her happy. So being a good husband, I let her do what makes her happy as long as it doesn't inconvenience me too much. So that's what it is. Kat, of course, doesn't need to worry about retirement. She spends all of her husband's money, and she is a cancer upon her husband's society. That's it. He'll never get rid of her. So Kat has no room to talk here. That's why she doesn't like this conversation. She has no input. But
she doesn't need to do the financial.
She doesn't need to. She doesn't have to do any math.
Wonder. We're about to know if Kat's a fraud or not, guys. We're about to know if Kat's a fraud or not. You guys ready?
No wonder.
Kat, what is your favorite fish?
Favorite dish? Sorry, I overtalked.
Fish?
Yeah, what's your favorite fish?
Like for an aquarium or to eat?
For an aquarium.
Both.
Okay. I like it's called a groby.
Okay.
Are they good to eat? Are they?
Okay. No, those aren't to eat.
I have a Grammy, but I don't really like him anymore because he eats everybody else.
If you said, I just wanted to make sure you weren't going to say beta or goldfish, because if you said any of those two, then I was going to know that aquarium behind you is fake.
No. These are my shrimps. They're super, super tiny. I can't even barely take a picture of them. And I have one Grammy in this one and a Pleco, because every time I put somebody in there, he eats them.
Nice.
I don't know what any of those are, by the way.
Have you heard of someone called Stephen J. Gould?
A what?
Stephen J. Gould, I think his name is Gould.
No.
He studied fish for a long time, and the conclusion that he came to was that, biologically speaking, there's no such thing as a fish.
Wait, what?
How would we categorize them?
So, like, he's saying, I think he's saying that basically it's like calling all the things that live in the sea in the fish is like calling everything that flies bird
human.
Yeah, that's how humor used to work, man. And that's how they would get away with Lent. Is they're like, hey, if it goes in the water, it's a fish. We can eat that. Yeah, and bats used to be called birds and stuff like that. Yeah, like anything that flies is a bird. Anything in the water is a fish. So if a beaver goes in the water, you're now a fish. I better kill you while you're in the water, and then it counts for Lent.
Smart.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know where you're talking about, where that specific one comes from, where it's like fish don't really exist.
No, he's talking.
Would it be a reptile then? Like, what do you?
It's hard to say. It's a
I think what he's
now. I need to know too.
What he's saying is that, like, when you look at fish, biologically, they're quite disparate. Like, so they you might get two fish and they'll have no biological connection to each other whatsoever.
Kind of like an eel and a rock bass or something like that.
Yeah, right. So he's saying, like, it doesn't make any sense to just categorize all these different species of animals under one heading.
It seems very fishy.
It does.
How's it go again? Will oil be hooked?
Yeah, well, oil be hooked. Actually, they name horse all that shit. Those weird names. I mean, like huge erection.
So, Joe, race war?
Yeah, I'm always down for a race war. I need my blunt blew away or something. I can't find my blunt wrapper, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Can I just say
of
it's
how
wrong?
high when the one guy's check beside you. There might be a guy that's got a blunt wrap.
Can I just say that
Right
it's,
out here, I guarantee.
You know what
very
I'm saying?
wrong seeing
Method Man
Joe
is
Cool.
sitting in the car next to you. He's got a blunt wrap.
It's very
I
wrong
found a
seeing
bug.
it's very wrong seeing Joe Cool sitting in a car without his red pimp light on. What's going on, Joe?
I know, different car. I don't know what to tell you, man. Yeah,
Unconventional man came up
Your
here.
car, or is it a stolen
I
car?
felt like he was gonna come up here with a storm. He was gonna have a argument for us, but he came up here and did he fall asleep?
No. What happened? I actually wanted to speak about Bitcoin, but with Andrew, but he got off.
Fail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has to do his own show.
I personally heard that Bitcoin's going to the moon. I don't know how.
That's Doge. That's Dogecoin.
I don't know how reliable that advice is, but apparently it's from like someone who's like well adept at the whole crypto scene. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Doge to the moon, man.
I always say you zoom out, man.
Yeah.
Personally, I think XRP is not a bad bet, but we'll have to see how the bull run goes.
I don't know about all that.
Give me the meme coins, man.
Like at this stage, you're better off just fucking it on a bunch of fucking meme coins because it's a goofy fucking market.
Roulette wheel, perhaps.
I think people are putting a lot of faith into the cryptocurrency nonsense. Like,
yeah, and those people should investigate chaos maths. Because like any complex system will have noise in it, and when you introduce noise into a complex system, like economics, 1 year it'll all be going rosy, and then the next year fucking bust, and no one really knows why. Right?
I mean,
yeah, I think I get what you were kind of trying to get with Andrew, where it's like money's become kind of fake in a way. Where it's like
fake.
It's all based on promises instead of based on the gold standard now.
When I look at banknotes in the UK are literally an IOU.
Yeah.
Like it says on the banknotes over here, I promise to pay the bearer upon demand the sum of. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what it says over there on your banknotes, whether it says something similar.
Personally, I want to hear what Kat has to say. Like, Kat, what's your crypto portfolio like?
Kat doesn't have a portfolio.
Are you kidding?
Why? Because she's a woman. That's sexist, grid.
Just have a
we do
portfolio.
have like cool like polar bears on our money. I don't know if you can.
That's one thing. Coin collection and shit like that. That you can make a mint off.
This guy sent me a coin
make a
from
mint
Chad.
out of collecting coins.
We should have Boulay up here because he's the coin guy.
I see what you did there.
My buddy sent me this coin from Chad. This is a collector coin from Chad. Where's it at? There it is. See, it's a collector coin. It's a revolver. What is it? Yeah, 2 ounces of fine silver. This is a coin from Chad.
Huh.
So, yeah, a guy sent me that. Where's Mr. Boulay? He knows all about that stuff.
Chad,
He's a
like
coin guy.
the country
He's
Chad.
the coin guy, is he?
Yeah, the country Chad, not a Chad. The country, the Republic of Chad. See, it comes.
So if you want to become a Chad, you just move there and become.
You gotta
a
just
citizen.
learn the coin.
Maybe you do. They have cool coins.
Hey man, if you got little revolvers as your coins, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems a bit impractical to keep in your pocket.
Well, more than one of them, but it's 2 ounces of silver, though.
I'm imagining that was some sort of like heritage style coin, like it was like a special thing made.
It does say collectible. It comes in a box. It comes in this box right here.
It's pretty cool though, man.
Yeah, guy sent it to me. Republique de Chad. Face value 10,000 francs CFA.
And tell me, Grid, is that a revolver in your hand, or you're just happy to see me?
Well, I'm never happy to. I'm just kidding. Nobody can see you for the glare.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Turn the lights down already.
You got to play to your advantages. Do you know what I mean? Some people play to their tan.
They'll never see him coming because of the shine off his forehead.
I will not apologize for my whiteness. Okay, I am proud of my whiteness.
I think that the whole reason that
If he
your
came to
room is
Canada in
white-
the winter, he could run around naked. No one would see him.
Exactly.
That's
Just in case you
right.
need to dip for the cocoa.
If he goes missing in the Swiss Alps, they'll never find him.
That is the thing. I can't go mountain climbing in snowy terrain, but hey, you can't have it all. You know what I mean?
Can't have it all. That's right.
True.
Cat, regale us with some cat wisdom.
Oh shit.
Give me a topic that's not nerdy.
That's not nerdy.
Is there such a topic? Is
want-
there any topic that's not nerdy? That's a great topic.
What's the best monster in Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh lord.
Tarrasque.
Nerdiest topic you
Wow,
could think
dragons,
of.
baby, dragons.
Nah, Tarrasque.
No, fuck that, man. Illithids. What you're talking about?
Illithids are pretty cool, man. Illithids are something like that you'd see out of.
Before we
Cthulhu.
get off this topic too, this quarter right here. This is a quarter, okay? It's 25 cents. But it's actually worth $10.
You know what that is, Cat? That's called money.
That looks like some sort
I know
of,
that you
like,
rarely ever
wildcat
actually
or
have to
something.
see any because your husband earns it all, but that's money.
What
Yeah.
country is that?
Great.
But yeah, this is just gonna keep going
Hang on,
up
I
and down.
still-
Oh, that's
I
Canadian.
don't understand this.
I've never
Surely
seen
you
that
would be-
before, man.
If you're
Yeah.
in favor of
They're
removing women,
they're not too like popular. What's that, sorry?
if you're in favor of removing women from the workforce, surely you'd be lauding Kat spending her husband's money.
Oh, I think it's very fun. Kat's my co-host. She's
They
quite
just
entertaining.
jab at each other.
Yeah, Kat is quite entertaining. I actually think that I think Kat lives what most women should live. I think most women should live their life very much like Kat does. I think Kat has been exceedingly based in her entire life, and more women should strive to be like her. Not all women, but most.
Which woman should not?
Well, there are high performers like my wife. My wife will never be happy sitting still. Like, she's a high performer. She's my wife is kind of a unicorn, which is fine. Because I'm most women, a woman like you would never be married to a man like me because I am far too ridiculous. So you need boring. She found boring.
What?
And-
Whoa! What?
Oh, come on now. Come on now.
You need boring, Kat.
Trapped
Come
your
on.
husband. You literally trapped him. He
Yeah.
can't be an exciting dude. You literally stalked
didn't
him and trapped him.
Why would I trap a boring dude?
What they do. That's what these bitches do, man.
Yeah.
They're like the
She's
guys that like they'll
stalking.
wait and then have a
For you
trap.
guys
Like,
that don't know, you think I'm making this up. Cat stalked her prey and trapped him without using sex, which is a
Skills.
win.
Skills.
Which is a win. She
Mind control.
trapped his ass.
you got one of the blow
was
darts
big-
out. Was like,
It was
Right.
calculated. It was calculated. It was 100% legit stalk and kill.
What kind
Gotcha, bitch.
That's right. Gotcha, bitch. And she
Did you
involved
do
his
like
mother.
or was it more of like a drop-down cage thing, or how did you trap him?
Yeah, it kind of was actually. It was,
Cat, how old are you?
Old enough. Upper 40s, mid to upper 40s,
What?
let's say.
72.
Yeah.
Kat's been married
100.
20 years, guys. So anybody simping for Kat, you're simping for a senior citizen.
No, I mean,
Compliments
to be
her to build her up and then tears her down. I like it.
honest, not to simp, but I would have never guessed the age. That's insane.
Shit.
Yeah, you can tell, like, if I don't smile, I look old. When I smile, I look okay, which is the key to life.
Just pretend you're a feminist for a little bit, and then we'll be able to see.
I don't even think Kat used like food or
No.
cooking ability or any of that. She just seriously just trapped the dude. He just didn't know what was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Just didn't have it. Didn't understand. He was his unsuspecting med student. Didn't
Oh, man.
understand life. She
Nope.
trapped his ass.
Yeah,
Can we get a moment silent for Kat's husband, please?
He's not there, of course. He's he's out
home
working.
in
He's
the.
no longer with us. He's no longer with us. Moment silence, please.
He's out working, making the money.
That's story, guys.
He's fine.
Cool.
He blinked twice. The last time you had him on camera, he blinked twice. So I think that's a sign of distress.
We're gonna save him.
All right, sorry guys, a little rude. My man wanted to smoke with me.
That's all right, Joe.
All good,
We're used
man.
to you being rude.
I
That's
know
fine.
you gotta be right.
You good, bro?
Good.
Yeah, that's right.
You got a sense of humor, man. You're good in my books.
Nah,
So-
I ain't a lot to be upset about, right? Motherfuckers on the internet. You know, you can
here's
be as
Mr.
nice
Boulay.
as you want or as evil
Mr.
as you
Boulay
want.
has
It don't
wandered
affect
on.
me.
Mr. Boulay, I was just showing everybody the coin from Chad. That you sent me. That was awesome. I have it right here on my desk at all times. So yeah,
That's what's
Mr.
up.
Boulay was asking Kat, had a question for Kat. Where was it? It was thoughts on a wife having their own bank account not shared with the husband just in case you can't access your joint account in an emergency. Of course, tell your husband that you have it.
I mean, I don't. It's a personal thing that couples should talk about, and it doesn't really matter because it's all each other's anyway. So who cares? Like if anything happens to my account, he gets like if anything happens to me, it goes to him. If anything happens to him, it goes to me. So who cares if they're separate? There's no such thing as separate when you're married. You
So
can
what about the
pretend-
secret shit though? That was the interesting part of the question. Do you keep it secret? Is that a thing?
No, I don't. But like if somebody like let's say for example you had a daughter and you were gonna die and you just wanted to be sure. Worst comes to worst, if the guy died or left her or whatever, she had a little something, whatever, and you gave her a bank account and you're like, don't tell him about this. This is just for yours in an emergency, whatever. Like
You're probably fucking up doing that shit, and you're building it on bad footing. Or it's just I don't expect it to be successful if it's not founded on truth and all of that shit.
well, I mean, of course, like I didn't do that, but I'm just saying, like I can understand the reasoning. Some like a dad or someone might be scared, but again, the fear is the problem that we have in this world because everybody's scared to get married, scared of getting hurt. Everybody has attachment issues. Everybody has abandonment issues. Everybody's trying to protect themselves, and that's why everybody's so miserable.
Yeah, baby, I dig it.
The only good argument I can think of, the only good argument I could think of for separate bank accounts is if you want to have like a splurge account, as in where you don't have to feel bad about any money you spend in that account. So like maybe like a small portion of the money for each person to have for splurging, or for buying each other gifts, and you don't want the other person to see like, hey, I bought you a gift, or maybe you set up like a reservation at somewhere or like an event for your partner, and you don't want them to have the surprise spoiled. That's the only reason I could even think of it.
That's brilliant, though. Everybody should do that. Now that you brought it up, that's brilliant.
Oh, yeah, but you can keep.
I have all my assets.
Even if you ask her for cash, or she asks you for cash, she can still keep things secret. I still think it's sus that there's a separate account. You know what I mean?
So
Okay,
I
well,
don't.
here's this. My dad gives me cash, and I put it in a little drawer in front of my husband. He knows that I have like money. My mom.
I'm telling him. I don't believe you told him. I'm telling him.
Yeah. And then if I want to buy something, I just get that money, and I'm like, you can't say anything.
See, that sounds like what I just described, right?
Yeah, but for the same thing, when my dad couldn't bring money, let's say, I'd be like, put an extra blah blah on my account for fun money.
Yeah,
and he would just do it, and then
couple extra zeros,
huh?
Couple extra zeros.
Yeah, just like move it over.
Well, all of my assets are in trust for my son. And I actually need to change that for both of my sons. But so if something happened which it won't. But if something did, everything I have, there's no arguing about it. There's no what is it? I'm drawing a blank. Probate. There's no probate court. There's none of that. There's no lawyers involved. Nobody gets to take any money from my kids. And so I did that, and I did that intentionally. Also, my wife actually needs to set her trust up as well, because she has some money and we have some holdings in her name that needs to be taken care of as well. But I think that everyone needs to kind of think like that. You always need to think about what you're leaving behind, because things happen. And moreover, I mean, my wife and I have one account. That's it. My wife and I have separate credit cards, so we don't see what each other spend, but necessarily. But, so I don't ask her what she spends her money on. She doesn't ask me, and we just pay the credit cards off. That's the safest, easiest way for me to do it. And we pay the credit cards off every month so that nothing builds up. But not separate checking accounts. Everything's visible. We know how much everybody's taking out, all that kind of stuff. So that's just how I do it. Now,
yeah, it's transparency. It's good that way, Like I get you on.
There's some transparency, but I don't. She got when we used the same credit card and she could see everything I spent money on. I don't care what she spends money on, but she would ask me, "What is this? What is this? What is this?" Now it was all fine, but it was just hey, what is this? Because she didn't understand, right? She doesn't understand it. She doesn't know what it is, and it's not like she had any objection to it. It's just, she just wanted to know. And I'm like, you know what? This is old. I don't like it. This is going to eventually, there's going to be an argument, right? Yeah, eventually there's going to be a problem. And so at that point I was like, well, you can't see what I'm spending money on.
Oh, smart too.
So, and she likes it much better. She doesn't ask. So, but also she knows I'm not going out spending it on hookers and, blow. So,
Now, there is always the issue that sometimes you have one person in the relationship that is not good with money, right? And sometimes that's the man, sometimes that's the woman, but they can totally destroy everything that you've saved hard for, right? So one person will be a good saver, smart with their money, and then all of a sudden their partner comes in and it's like, what the hell? You just took out all that money, you bought a brand new car and all this nonsense. You didn't ask me first.
That's my girl. As soon as we get ahead, without even telling her, she'll go spend a bunch of money because she feel like we have room now. I'm the opposite. Yeah.
Buying crap on lease, man, like freaking couch.
Clover Tack. I'll see you tomorrow. We're doing a thing tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow. So I like this. I like this whole line of how this what we're talking about here. And sorry, my son's interrupting me. He wants me to turn the Wi-Fi on. I turned his Wi-Fi off because he did not go to bed on time last night because he was I forgot to turn his Wi-Fi off at 9 o'clock, and so he stayed up all night, watching YouTube videos and stuff. So he's suffering today.
Yeah, good shit.
Just trying to support your buddy Easy's channel, man. You got to let him watch.
I don't think he was doing that, man. If he had been, I would have been all right with it. If he had been on here, I'd been all right with it. But no, he's probably watching Minecraft or something. I really do like I like what Kat has said. So as far as like just for example, I brought this up earlier, right? My wife got into buying Hermes products about 2 years ago. And with Hermes, you have to work your way up. Like you have to buy this much, you have to buy this much. Yeah. And it's like Ferrari, right? Like you have to be a customer and you have to be invited to buy certain things. Like you can't just go in and buy a Birkin bag. You have to own other pieces before they will let you buy it. Yeah. And so she did all of that. And now we're talking about, this is a lot of money. This is a lot of fucking money.
It's ridiculous money.
It is. And I just didn't, now look, here's the thing. It's fine. It was well within budget. It's not a big deal. And I didn't ask. Now she would show me, she'd send me pictures. Oh, hey, I bought this. I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't ask. I didn't want to know. because that's, you know, it's within, as long as it's within the budget that we set. Why do I care? Why do I care what she spends that money on? It's better than, you know, it's just like I bought a bunch of airplane parts. I mean, a lot of airplane parts. I bought a lot of guns. I mean, a lot. Like a lot. And ammo.
I say that my car gets swarmed. I'm saying, you know.
Yeah.
But he has them behind him as well, right? So like,
yeah, I bought a lot. I bought a lot of guns. I bought a lot of ammo. I bought a lot of stuff like, you know, and you know, it was, and she didn't ask, right? Like if I buy something, then, you know, she just does, she doesn't ask about it because I don't ask about what she's spending that money on as within limits, right? Like now if she had gone out and done something really crazy, then that's a whole other conversation, but she wouldn't do that, right? Not without talking to me about it first. I don't go buy houses without telling her, hey, we're going to go buy this house. You know, cause that's over the, you know, and it's different for every couple, right? But you have to have that. Go ahead, Kat. I'm sorry. I'm monopolizing the floor.
No, I just wanted to say that, like, what do you think people should do before they get married to like find out, like, what are all the factors you need to consider, good with money, this, that, the other one? Because I remember when whenever I brought a guy home, my dad would run credit reports, background checks, check everything.
I told you guys, Kat
talked with them about money and stuff.
So the stalker runs in the family.
At least the dad is.
So the stalker
runs in the family, he says. Yeah. Shit.
But I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing.
No, I get what you're saying, though, Kai. And this is smart, right? I've always, I think one thing that people don't do when they like trying to get into a serious relationship is like, you know, you have to know about each other's debts if you're gonna get into a serious relationship and move in together and all. Like, you know, you couldn't move in you don't want to move in and then find out, you know, whoever you're moving in with is fucking, you know, 50 grand in the hole and they're about to get everything fucking repossessed from them and have to claim bankruptcy and all this shit. And you're like, oh, well, thanks. Yeah, it would have been nice to know this part of you, you know? So like, yeah, I think knowing people's debts is something you need to know if you're getting into a serious relationship, right? Like,
yeah, I think that's accurate. I think that it's even beyond the debt, right? How do you spend money, right? Like, and actually, that's a really good point. So when I had a real problem dating before I met my wife because no woman would tolerate the way I spent money because they didn't understand it. You know, I go out and I go to the racetrack, you know, and I'm buying, you know, I'm working, so I'm getting paid to be there. But you could see some really interesting things on my credit card, right? And I had a lot of girls that I dated that were like, "This is nuts. Why would you do that?" And I'm like, "Well, I can't. You know, it doesn't matter because you're not gonna hang around long enough anyway." But
they didn't understand how you spent money.
They don't. Yeah, and what was the real thing is that I would date these girls and I would go to the, you know, I'd have to go to the track for the weekend because I'm working. They don't understand that I'm working. Like they think I'm going out there and I'm going to the strip club and I'm out there with the boys and we're just hanging out being a bunch of jackasses. And that was not the truth. What was actually the truth is I'm out there working my balls off in the hot sun, sweating. You know, this is real work. I would get back to the hotel room late, go to bed, get up the next day, do the same thing. And they never understood that. So one of the things I did differently with my wife, after we went out one time and we saw each other a couple of times after that through the week, but the following weekend I had to go to the track and I took her with me. And so she saw firsthand that I'm not going out we're not going out to the strip club. We're not going out for steak every night. We're not blowing money. Like, yeah, there's some weird charges on my credit card because I have a hotel room for the weekend that I get reimbursed for. I might have fuel that I have to buy or whatever, you know, for the client that I get reimbursed for. But she get to see all of that stuff firsthand and then and understand what it was that was actually happening. So after that, she didn't really have any questions and she didn't care that I did that. And she didn't want to go because she understood that it was going to suck. Like, this is not a good time. And so that really, that was like a really interesting thing that I did. And I think that most people should do that. You should have early on in the relationship, you should have that heart to heart. If not a conversation, just take them with you. Say, hey, this is what I'm actually doing, right? Like when I say I'm going fishing, I'm not going out and getting drunk with my buddies. I'm actually going fishing, and we're on a boat all day in the hot sun. And so that's why I buy $200 worth of Gatorade, because I'm going to be out here drinking Gatorade all day, because I'm in the hot sun. So it's I just think that openness in relationships is very important in the very beginning. Like Kat said, her dad ran credit reports and background checks after the first or second date to make sure that she wasn't getting involved with a criminal.
It comes down to what you're actually spending money on. You know what I mean? Like it's because, like I said, it's having that open conversation. But like you can be spending a lot per month, but you can be spending it on, for example, booze and strippers and all that kind of shit, which is your basis, like burning your money. Or you could be investing in, let's say, buying gold or buying stocks or whatever, or put into a trust like you did for your sons as well. So it's all about, like, it's not necessarily how much you're spending, it's what you're spending on, kind of thing. And like I said there, it's like you need to be righteous in that conversation with you don't need to explain your whole kind of like business strategy and all this stuff, but just like let her know that it's like this stuff's not going into wasteful stuff, like we said, like the strip club and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like bottle service and all that.
How do you determine her spending habits? She watched you do that. Y'all get together. She didn't do that type of shit before. As soon as y'all get together, now this is possible. It's okay for me to spend a couple $100 and this and that. She don't really understand how you're doing it. How do you know before you get into that? Certainly before you marry this girl, what her spending habits are going to be like. That's the shit that's going to cause a problem.
Well, I think you have to start out and have a lot of conversations, right? You got to really and like very honest conversations. I think that a lot of people don't want to have those conversations because they're afraid it's going to fuck up the relationship.
I dig it.
So yeah, like
100%. 100%.
Babe, I need you to stop spending money on makeup. You think I look ugly with makeup on? Like that's basically what like it kind of goes down. But like I said, it's about having that kind of like perseverance to just, like I said, like Grid said, like bite down and have that kind of different conversation where it's like you need to explain where a lot of women spending is, like, let's say on makeup, nails, all this kind of frivolous stuff, that it's just like going to the strip club. It doesn't get you anywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas if you, let's say, buy gold or buy property, that retains value and makes you money in the long run. So your money's making money. And like that's the difference in terms of the two bots. But in terms of like what you're saying there, Joe Cool, in terms of like what's a good indicator for me personally, and this is kind of in euro, it's like realistically, like if you were to say a date a week, that's in terms of the money thing. So it's about like, let's say 500 quid a month is, let's say, a baseline where you could be like, okay, you could justify it that way. But it's about trying to kind of like think in terms of that, where it's like, okay, 5 date nights, that's whatever amount of dollars per month in America, and then you go on from there, kind of thing. Like I said, it's, as the man, you need to be like the fucking financial guy of your household. You know what I mean? Because it's we could go back to the Bible, we go back to many examples where it's you want to make sure that you have the final say over the money, at least. You know what I mean? And again, like the stuff with Cat as well, that's more so petty cash, I think. Like that's kind of like that kind of level of where if you're talking about like 5-6 figures, now all of a sudden we're kind of like, is that like what was
it's all
it? Like
relative, man. It's all relative.
Drawer if you have 5 or 6 figures in there. Yeah, it sounds like basically all these, as well as all the other things that you want to go through with your relationships, is all about expectations, right? I expect you to have this worldview involving this role expectation, whether or not you want to live in the city or countryside, whether you believe in spending money on frivolous things, what is a frivolous thing to you. You go through like all these, what you expect in your partner, and then you're not going to be caught off guard, right? It's like you knew what you were signing up for. You expected this of me. Am I not fulfilling that expectation? Yeah, well then you have nothing to complain about.
What it's interesting, I think this is interesting, right? Because everybody has a different load point, right? Like when I was building my business and I would spend just any money at all, it was a big deal because we didn't have that much, right? We didn't have that much spare. Now on paper, I owned a lot, but I was very cash poor. now once I retired and I sold everything off and everything else, that's when really I realized a lot of gain, right? I mean, I had some money, but I didn't have as much. And the economics of what I did, if I hadn't pushed that if my wife didn't understand that going in, we never would have made it. Because, you know, when you, and I'm just going to, you know, this is a no bullshit kind of deal here. Like, the reason that I retired is it was going to cost me like somewhere around $2.8 to $3 million to continue forward in my career and or to keep my to do what I was doing. And I sat down and so we could have done that, and was like, no, we're not going to. But you know, the economics of racing in particular are really interesting and not for the faint of heart. I had business partner. Every time I attempted to have a business partner, they would bail because they couldn't take it. They couldn't take that level of risk. They couldn't take that level of assumption of risk, right? And I could. I thrived on it. It was good. It was good for me. But my wife had to know that going in. Otherwise, that really, and you know, because the number one, I firmly believe that the number one reason that couples split up early in a relationship is money. They just argue about money all the time, and that leads to complete breakdown of the relationship. And go ahead, Kat. You don't have to raise your hand. You know, you have this thing. It's called a voice. You go,
No.
I want to talk now.
No, it is disrespectful to speak unless acknowledged.
Okay.
Anyways, so what my dad did was, why is his head so big?
He's got the white
being goofy. Just keep going. He's just messing with you because
he's been awake too long.
He has, actually.
Yeah, but anyway, so my dad, when I brought my husband over before we were married and stuff, he talked to him about money. He told him, you know, like, this is how much she costs.
This is how much she costs. This is the monthly spend on your. That's your dad's
letting them know the expectations, right? What to expect, right?
Yeah, and he said things like, she's not going to be taking care of her car. You know, you're going to have to take that to the mechanic. You're going to have to be checking the oil for her. You're going to have to be doing. There's several things you have to do. She can't do that. Don't expect her to do it.
Don't expect her to.
Yeah, so, you know, he agreed to that. And my dad's like, okay, you know, she's not the type of girl that needs Chanel this or name brands or whatever.
Very good. That's their
but
security.
But she, you know, spends
she's
money
gonna
on
need a new car every 3 years because she's gonna destroy it.
Yeah, every 5 years.
She's gonna need shrimp food and fish food.
Yeah, and I have certain hobbies that I'm into.
That's funny.
And, you know, like, whatever, he knew up front, and then, you know, he made the choice. It's a different thing when you pretend to be something you're not up front. Just to get married.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't last, bro.
But that's what I was trying to get at too, right? Is it's like you mentioned about finances being one of the number one things. It's like, well, are you expecting to go on like nonstop eating out, nonstop vacations, owning all these fancy things, a gigantic house, all this stuff? Or do you want just a simple life? Like, what when you envision your dream future, what is that? Is there kids involved? How many kids? Are they homeschooled? Are you working? Am I working? Are we both working? You know, these things need to be worked out, right? And a lot of people, they don't like to have these conversations. They just want to be in their fields. And it's like,
that's true.
Everything's going so well. I don't want to mess it up and stuff.
I love
a couple of years ago, I started talking to this girl. We went on a couple of dates, and I asked her one time while we were hanging out, what do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What's your plan? Where do you want to be at in the next 5 years? She goes, I don't know. And I was like, you have no clue? And she goes, yeah, I don't even, this stresses me out, this question, even thinking about this. I was like, okay. Never hung out with her.
That's
again.
an impulse person.
Yep.
You run.
That's an impulse purchase.
Yeah.
Ghost 1978. I love this. What's the trade-in value, Kat?
Of what? You don't trade.
You don't trade.
You keep.
You just said,
We
listen,
understood
I
what the
cost
upfront.
this much.
We understood the upfront cost. We understood
That's
the
all
finance.
it is.
We understood the
It doesn't
financing.
come with no perks.
Yeah.
No,
Like
no
that-
warranty, no
That's
trade-in
smart.
value.
That's
That's
the thing though. With women in general, though, it's not necessarily down to figure value. Because if you can explain to a woman your potential, you can explain the situation, how you're earning money, how you expect to earn money in the future as well. You'd be surprised about the amount of women that will actually commit to potential and not have the actual like money.
Yeah,
upfront
as
kind of
long
thing,
as you
know?
have a game plan and you can sell the dream and all that jazz. Yeah, like girls are willing to put up with a lot of stuff that you'll do. Yeah. As long as
that's
they
why-
see you implementing what you said you're gonna be doing, right? Yeah.
And like that's the thing as well, where a lot of the red pill community it's like the Wes Watson, where it's like you have to be a millionaire, otherwise don't even think about women.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
there is the polar opposite of that, of being able to survive off, let's say, government welfare checks and all that kind of shit. Because knowing how to be able to survive off the system is in itself a skill. You know what I mean? And being able to have that skill, like that's basically being wealthy before you even have the finances. So when you do get capital and you do get those breaks, because they eventually do come in life. Because yeah, life's shitty, but there are the good moments too. That's when you have that kind of mentality of being going, I get, let's say, this win the lottery or whatever the fuck. I'm not going to fucking spend on splurge and all this shit. I'm going to be able to invest it and make the money work for me and all that shit. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, it's one of those things where it's like it's a mentality over the actual raw amount. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Hey,
yeah.
SpeakeaZy, did Andrew's donation show up?
It hasn't popped up on YouTube yet, but like he did get a receipt saying that
Okay.
the $100. So
Well, let me know if it for some reason just doesn't work. I mean, sometimes YouTube can be weird. So
yeah,
I'll
that's
take
the
it.
thing,
I'll
right?
cover it.
Sometimes YouTube's I've had it where one time this happened with somebody and it came after, and then it went through fully, and then there was another time where it just got sent back to the person and it never came. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We just have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
I
not
don't
the
want you to
big
be.
deal.
I don't even know what we were doing the marathon goal for. I don't know what the goal's for, but I want you to hit it, man. So, I'll help you out.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to jump off here in just a couple of minutes, guys. I got things I got to get done today. I wasn't even planning on being on this long. It's been awesome, guys. I really appreciate it.
Hey, anytime.
Yeah. It's just started raining outside too, so that's awesome. But guys, this has been great. I really appreciate the conversation, and we've had some good ones, some really good topics.
Agreed.
I think it's gonna be really cool. Tomorrow, Clover Tack and I are we're gonna talk guns on his channel. Kat will not be there. You won't have to see her eyes rolling back.
I was gonna say.
You won't have to see her just like completely turn off. Now the thing is, though, is it's really great when that does happen, because what will happen is I will solo screen her so that she's not really paying attention, and then she realizes it, and sometimes she'll almost fall out of her chair, and that is entertainment you just can't script. And it's great. It's really great. But Kat's great, and you should hopefully she'll hang out with you guys some more and talk about things that don't have anything to do with money. What does he don't talk about? Finances, weapons, combat,
Vehicles.
She's got a vehicles. She doesn't talk about vehicles. It's a list. She's got a list. Like, you got to read the fine print. Like with all women, you got to read the fine print.
Sure.
But you guys have a great rest of your day. Obviously, you guys, I've seen my channel spammed a few times in the chat. So go find me. I'm really close to that 2,000 sub mark. I think I'm within 100 subs. So that's really pretty fucking impressive, and I'm really happy about that. So if you guys, if you haven't dropped me a sub, go do so. I'd really appreciate it. And do the like thing. I'm going to have memberships up later this week, I think. So looking forward to that. And you guys, yeah, man, we're doing all the things with all the things. So anyway, SpeakeaZy, always glad to be on one of your panels, man. It's great. It's always fun. So
always glad to have you, bro.
All right, man.
Yeah, man.
Have a great rest of your day. I'm going to bounce out. You guys have a great time.
You as
too.
well.
Good one. Be well, man.
Be easy, bro.
All right, here. Maybe Cat will like this kind of description here. All right. So one way I look at it for when you're meeting people, right? You got your castle, you're willing to explore outside your castle, and you kind of meet, and then you spend some time in a meadow, but then you know that meadow, that, you know, like the little glaive, you know, inside the forest, there's flowers, there's sunshine, there's all this beautiful stuff, but you know that you're gonna have to cross that bridge, you're gonna have to go into the wilderness eventually. No? You don't understand the metaphor? That face is the weirdest face I've ever seen in response to this metaphor. Usually a lot of girls like that style of metaphor. You have your walls, right, that you put up? No? Alright, fine. Enough. Screw you. This is why I don't go to fluff conversations. I'm all about the nitty gritty crap. You had your chance. That's it. Back to fiscal responsibility.
I do gotta upgrade my list. I do gotta upgrade my list on my Nightbot.
Try to rush through these beautiful imageries too, so maybe that's why.
I thought the metaphor failed at least in a bit. Fucking since we're still talking about it.
There, see, Joe Cool had his chance to get back at me, so you know he was saving it.
I was gonna let it go. I think that it was the metaphor to show that you got to see the ugly and accompanies the good. You explained the good, the castle and the meadows, and then you didn't talk about how ugly the ugly side would. I think that would have strengthened your metaphor.
Well, you don't know, right? Until you cross that bridge.
That was dope. You should have stressed that then.
Yeah.
That's dope. The unknown factor over there, that's better than anything else. The unknown.
Yeah, it's the unknown.
Fear.
But do you trust me to take the adventure into the unknown with you, right? Do
I
I trust you for that adventure? Do I really want you on the path with me into that unknown? Right? Yeah.
Yeah, trust then. That's what we should look for when you're choosing a mate.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
They do or show untrustworthy shit. Let it be a huge red flag.
And you're setting up the expectations, right? There's gonna be unknowns. There's gonna be, you know, some dragons that pop out of the bushes along the path, and you know, do you trust me to handle those dragons with you? Yeah. If you do, then let's go on this adventure together, right?
Yes. I dig it. There's a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
And now the metaphor is beautiful. Now the metaphor is suddenly great.
Hey man, I like those metaphors, man.
You can talk.
Okay, so
sorry.
Oh right, we have to give her permission.
Yeah, the hand raised.
I forgot.
No, I was just thinking, before I got married, my dad was like, you know, is this the one that you want to be with if you have money and if you don't have money? The one that, like, if the, you know, government fails, if there's martial law, everything goes to hell. Is this the one?
Those are those dragons coming in.
Yeah, and like, you know, people don't talk about that. They just go, well, find you an, like, some girls preach online, find an old man who's about to die and then inherit his money. What happens when the government seizes all of his assets? What happens when then you're on the street with your kids and this old decrepit person?
Right.
That's true.
Oh man,
I don't see how any of that doesn't fit my metaphor, Cat. You should have been right on board with that.
Yeah, right.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just there's a faster way to say it.
Oh, okay. See, I think imagery, you know, like sells it more, you know?
I appreciate imagery. It makes my life and my daily experience sense. Fuck that. I'm also on that short shit too.
Mine's painting a picture, Ka. You know what I mean? He's like an artist.
I told you I'm a creative, man. Like,
I love art.
I love that imagery. Like, you don't. So when you go to the quick one, then you get the people going, well, what about? Well, what about? What about? but the painting, it explains the whole picture, man. You get the what about? It's like, I didn't warn you about that dragon. I don't need to talk about financial collapse or martial law. Those are the dragons.
I wonder if this is what.
Bitches don't understand financial advice, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta use like
them.
metaphors and shit like that.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
metaphors.
And like the whole kind of like castle aspect, the fact that you have the king and the queen is the king's bitch and all that kind of shit.
Gosh,
you know what I'm
stop
saying?
with that.
And then you can roll in the meadows with any bitch and then make her a queen. But like,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? It just
you could have
rolls up
scoundrels come and pillage your lands and all your finances are gone then.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. It's like we need more kings in the world because I think I don't know who said it. It might have been earlier in the panel or it might have been some video I was watching. Like we have access to more information than any king throughout all of history. So like this whole kind of aspect of like being able to build yourself up, build up your kingdom. That's the way you need to start thinking. You know what I'm saying?
What you're saying is I need to take over and become king. I got you.
For your family, do you know what I mean? At least, because like, bear in mind, like the whole kind of like system of like tribes and all that kind of shit. It was like based off the whole kind of families and like it was obviously like one ruling family, but there was also kind of built in terms of the sitting tree, like those families as well. So it's like a tribe that is filled with fathers is better than a tribe that's filled with simps. You know what I mean? Because like usually in those tribes, it's like full of simps and then maybe one or two pimps.
That's what you meant when you say more kings. I was going to ask you. I think you just explained it.
Yeah, more fathers basically is what we need because like
lords and stuff is what you.
I knew you meant that too. I was just fucking around.
Yeah, you don't want one guy with a harem and all that nonsense, right? Like,
you know what I mean? Because that's what I'm saying in terms of like what Andrew Tate. That's
a lot
of
people Genghis Khan and just
easy. I think that
all the women for me.
Your shit when you just said so that means I should step up and be king. I think that still comes into play. Are these kings you talking about?
No, I know.
But
and me and him have talked about it before.
Connects. Well, here's how I see it connecting with the man versus the woman. Are all these kings we're talking about men? We need more kings. Does that include queens? Are women queens, meaning they're beneath the guy? The guy is always going to be leader. Therefore,
yeah, unless you want your civilization to go to crap. Yeah,
like that's what I'm saying. Like you need to be well equipped, and that is kind of like the financial, being able to budget out, being able to track and know exactly what you're spending on whatever amount. And like I said, this is not a thing of like being able to penny pinch, although that is a skill in and of itself. Yeah. Being able to come at it where it's like you know how to budget. If you know how to budget, then you can run your life like a business. In terms of I'm not spending on this, I'm not spending on that.
I'm gonna help this old lady down some stairs.
Yeah, no worries. But like I said, it's being able to kind of like keep a track of like what you're doing because, like I said, there's so many people who will easily spend $5-6 grand on junk food or just like
that shit.
I just have to say, what a good Samaritan Joe Cool is going to help some old lady out.
Yeah, man.
Well, he's on stream.
I agree with that. I think what helps Teriak too is that when you notice that your partner has like bad spending habits, it's like, okay, how often do you want to be doing this? Okay, and then you show them how it adds up over time, and then since Kat didn't like my metaphor here, you're getting all the financial advice now, girl. So then you show, what if you took that money and you invested in a mutual fund, right? And you show them the doubling periods, and you show them, is that like cheeseburger that you're getting every day, right? Is that worth
Does
like
Farney not realize
$800,000
going in one ear and out the other?
That's why I'm looking at the Irishman when I'm talking. You can't see because I'm just looking always in the exact same spot to you guys. But to me, right now,
I guess Teriak, he was talking to you and he said, "I got the financial advice for you, girl."
What?
Well, like I said, it's Ellen DeGeneres. It's Ellen DeGeneres
hairstyle. For that comment.
Teriak.
I was talking to Ellen DeGeneres. All right.
You know what I'm saying? But like it is one of those things. Like I said, it's kind of like if you're able to explain to women the whole kind of like breaking down the finances, but like Kat will probably explain, it's in one ear out the other. Like, but
sitting on a panel with us after she said like 20 times she doesn't want to talk about finances. Yeah, it's gonna go in one ear out the other. But you guys keep bringing it back to the same topic. I don't know what you're doing. This is like,
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Payback. It's
Let
payback
me
for
cook.
shitting
Let
on
me
my
cook.
metaphor.
Realistically,
But you're not cooking with her. Like she's not listening. Didn't you get that part?
Yeah, don't worry. I'm going to bring it back around. Like, don't worry. I got it. I got you, right? Because like realistically, one aspect of this is like the amount of like women that are coming out of college, the amount of college debt that they're going to have. You know what I'm saying? So like, Kat, you didn't go to college, did you? Or did you?
Yes.
Well, like, what was your like college debt situation when you were getting married?
I had zero debt.
Yeah, that's a account to narrative. Like most people would. Like, what's the average debt, the college debt in America? You know,
Maybe like 80,000, 90,000.
Yeah, so it's like that's another thing that you need to take into consideration when you're kind of like the future with the woman, and like to get that information out of a woman like that you're trying to date. That's one of those awkward questions that we said. It's very difficult to have that conversation of how much are you in debt, because a lot of people try to hide their own debts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, can you really put a dollar value on like gender theory or some valuable skill like that?
Fuck no, man. Like I said, that like how that shit was able to pass in college, I don't understand. Like the social sciences are an embarrassment to science. They're not even a proper science. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, like Kat, what's your opinion on gender studies or woman studies or whatever the fuck?
It's absolutely asinine. You're not going to get a job. And if you do, it's a useless job we didn't need.
But it's good to know how to nag your husband into like
No.
wanting to end themselves so you'll get the inheritance faster, right?
No.
Because that's the key way to get your inheritance faster, right? Not your strategy. You said you want that man in case society falls, but you said a lot of these women are looking for older men. Well,
older men or just rich men. They think they're going to find a rich man out the gate. It's insane.
Yeah, so you don't have to wait for them to, go.
I'm just gonna point out also, Farney, I did just hear that sarcasm you mentioned earlier.
I told you I fall into it too.
It's so troublesome. You did it.
I know, man. Oh, trust me. That's why I try to pick on people that are around me with sarcasm, because it rubs off on me, and then I fall into old habits of sarcasm. It's a tough. Dude, it's tough, man. It's like swear. It's like profanity, man. You just like you fall into it. It comes naturally, right? But
I do it.
Oh yeah. But you weren't the one saying that there's an issue with it, right?
Yeah, you were.
So yeah. Exactly, man. Well, I'm well aware. And every time I do stuff like fall into that, I have this.
I have the Terminator glasses on, bro. So I had to go Terminator. Okay. Teriak's Terminator 1990. I'm Terminator 2050. Okay. In the future. That's why I got the merged.
Well, we're on spectacles. How about that? What do you think of people that wear prescription glasses without the lenses in them?
It cannot be such a thing.
Oh, it is. Watch some women on like the panels of whatever podcasts and other stuff like that. Oh yeah. Go ahead, Kat. You look like you want to say something.
Who does this and why?
It doesn't Farah
see
do
with
it?
Me, see.
Destiny's Child, Farah, I think her name. That's her name, Farah.
Yeah,
Farah. It drives me insane.
Bitches will do anything to seem smart other than read a fucking book. That's what I mean. I think I just killed Joe.
To me, wearing prescription glasses without needing them is like riding around in a wheelchair because you want to like be fashionable. It's like, what are you doing? Get out of that wheelchair. You just want to tilt the wheelchair, right? And kick them on the floor. Yeah, that's what I want to do with the glasses. Just rip it off their face. Say, hey, you don't need to wear these. What are you doing? Enough. Bad.
SpeakeaZy, talk to us about these glasses. What are the designer? What's the label here? The brand. Oh, he's going back. He's getting.
Don't let the moment pass. The dude say bitches will do anything to look smart other than read a book.
It's true though. It's true. Kat, it's true.
I've never seen the glasses without frames and stuff, but
without lenses.
Without
frames
sorry,
would be wild.
Yes,
that would be pretty cool. They're just floating there.
Bitch running around with a fucking monocle. What are we talking about here, boys?
That's the next level twisted. If they're looking for prescription glasses, then taking out the lens, they're trying to trick you on some next level shit. You say prescription, that's really weird. I've heard of people getting high-end glasses, and I don't know. I guess the only reason you take the lens out would be to fool motherfuckers. I don't know.
I hate it.
Confused.
I know what kind of person I'm getting when I see people wearing like glass.
I still don't know why they would do. Oh, I'm sorry. I still don't understand why they would take
it's totally what Teriak said. It just looks smart. They think it looks like they read the books and they're not uneducated. And yeah, they do it just to like. It's a debate tactic.
Dumb as a doornail
as well. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I cannot stand it. It's like it gets me ticking, you know, like.
But I was with a chick doing a 4-year course in the most prestigious college in Ireland, right? I got to do it like fucking sociology and all the shit. And this bitch in her final years was saying, "Can you take me through the data? Because we didn't actually have any class on statistics." I was like, "Bitch, are you crazy? How can you fucking be a sociologist?" Which is the study of groups of data. You know what I mean? And not do one statistics course. That's what I'm saying. Like they're signing up for courses just because of merit and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like gender studies, this is the new shit and all that bollocks. You know what I mean? The only useful thing is like shit like fucking technology, STEM, mathematics, all that shit. But even mathematics, the best thing you can get a job is what? Teaching? Fuck that shit. You know what I mean? And like I said, in terms of technology as well, you're probably better off taking an online course to teach it, because then at least you get the door. And then once you're in the companies have better fucking learning centers than the actual colleges. Like I said, it's college is a fucking scam at this stage. Like I said, bitches coming out with 80, 90 grand debt. That's another thing. You need to have these honest, righteous conversations. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and they claim that they're smart for getting the degree, but it's like, do you not think that they want to like pass you so that you'll pay for the next like term, so that you pay for the next one, so you pay for the next one, right?
Well, like, that's what I'm saying.
Like money.
You need to be like, right, I'm going to pay X amount on this college course, and I'm going to get a job that's going to pay X amount. But like all these bitches just go, no, I just want to be cultured. The fuck does that mean?
That's exactly what they're thinking.
Because it's clout. It's just like the glasses. Just buy them the frames and say, here, save your money on a college degree. Just put these on. You look smarter already, girl. There you go.
Shortcut.
That's the only way that I could maybe stand behind it. Is it? If I could say, here you go, have these frames, just save your money, don't pay for gender studies nonsense. All right. That's fine with me. If the girls want to go that way, fine. Why not?
That's what they're doing by putting on those glasses. In some ways, they're bypassing a degree and taking a shortcut.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's why I say it's like the makeup and all this kind of shit. It just feeds into that whole like, I want to look like a certain way without actually looking at it. Yeah, Easy has like literally fucking 20 sunglasses, I think. These are the Elton Johns. Oh no, the John Lennons. John Lennons.
They look good.
I didn't even notice. I'm looking everywhere else. I didn't even notice till you said that.
I got another pair, but guess what? These are all prescription. I can't see worth a damn.
Makes sense.
There's another style for you.
You ever consider LASIK?
Like, what?
Or like general eye surgery, like laser eye surgery.
Look at these ones. They shine like crazy because they got no.
Those are nice. You know, I could see that.
Nice. So yeah, why I don't do LASIK is because I've been.
Yeah, those are nice.
You know, I've been told that it can go bad after a certain amount of time, like 8 or 10 years. You basically have to get it done again. You gotta get touch-ups. You can get the halo effect around your eyes. Kind of remind me of what's his name, Morpheus, for some bizarre reason there.
Yeah, he's got the general kind of look going. You know what I'm saying? Then like the whole kind of side eye.
I told you, it was the ones I told you.
Yeah. Listen here, Neil. There's a world outside of this world.
Right.
Gotta get the dirt off your shoulder as well, man. You gotta get the dirt off your shoulder.
This is nice, man, though. Color on those. I don't know if it's reflecting the rest of the color in the room, but
I jacked off the whole damn work because they said it was gonna rain. I'm starting to feel like an idiot
mysterious
right about now. And I guess I was saying, do I blame myself for being an asshole, or should I trust the weather, man? It's been raining for like about 4 days here. I don't know.
Oh, cat's literally dipped out of there.
I'm taking a picture of my computer. My friend's trying to help me figure out what thingy I need.
Oh, don't give him ammo, yo. Don't give him ammo.
Wasn't that what your husband agreed to do when your dad talked to him? Was look after your computer problems and stuff?
No. That was the car.
Oh.
Who does the computer fall under? Because according to dude, you're not smart enough to know how they operate. There must be a man out there somewhere.
Can you handle my daughter's IT problems? No. Oh, okay. You better be able to afford an IT person, or be okay with her having friends that are into that then.
There you go.
Yeah. Sounds fair. I do think that parents should be more involved in, matchmaking and all that jazz, and verifying whether or not a partner is a good suit for their daughter and such. Yeah.
But I think Kat was saying something about arranged marriages. Like, that might even be better than what we got at the moment. But I'm hesitant of that shit because, like, you know what I mean?
I like arranged marriages. I think they're pretty based.
How so?
Let's do it. Let's have arrangement. You're first.
Because they're focused on what's practical, not on these feelings nonsense. So they're caring about, like, are you going to be able to fiscally and leadership wise, guide my daughter and take care of her.
Yeah, but you can't physically fuck the bitch, you know what I'm saying?
That comes with time, you can make the bond and it'll be good in time. Just
why are we going Indian? Where are we going here?
I am part East Indian. I didn't mention that. I know you don't see it in my skin color, but my dad's from India, dude.
Man, like I said, it's that skin
tone. Which is probably why I like the arranged marriage thing, but
no, I want to hear your argument for it though. What is it?
Well, like I said, it takes away all the stupid feelings, right? You're not going to get
an hour left till I hit 24. Oh, an hour and 20 minutes till I hit 24 hours.
Your parents aren't going to get booty blind by your potential wife, right? So they're going to be like, look, Barney, man, like, I know you like the way she looks, but I can tell you, I've spent 15 minutes with her, and you do not want to spend 15 years to life with her. No, so you are not marrying this woman. She is not good for you. No, she needs a special kind of man. You are not that man. So, yeah. So that's one aspect, right? Is that you get all in your feelings when you're matching yourself. When you get the parents involved, then the feelings are separated,
Okay, so separate the feeling.
Yeah, it's all practical, man.
So the arranged marriage is good because it separates the feelings from marriage.
Yeah, and it goes based on whether or not you make sense as a partnership. Because marriage has nothing to do with feelings in the long run. It has to do with whether you're going to be able to live through the commitment, right? Feelings can come as a result of you fulfilling your roles, but it shouldn't be the primary thing of getting together. It should be based on your worldviews, your morals, your family life. All these things are what matter. Feelings are a result of fulfilling your role. If you see your partner like living up to the expectations that you agreed upon at the beginning of the contract, you're going to be pretty happy.
What is love?
Happiness. What is love? Love is
Baby, don't hurt me.
Is a commitment, Don't hurt me. No more.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost like you're trying to Thanos it. Like you're just trying to take all the emotion out and just do pure logic.
I wanted to hear his answer though, for real. What is love to you?
Because, well, like I said, I said it's like a creed, you know. It's a commitment thing. It's all the things described in Corinthians, you know. Love is patient, love is kind, love is a lover of truth, a hater of evil, this kind of thing, you know.
Kind of subjective.
It's not subjective. It's all factual. Like it's based on objective reality.
So again, I just want to hear that again.
Love is long suffering.
I tuned out for a second. What is love again? Because I must have heard.
It's not a feeling. Let me put it that way.
No. I didn't ask you what it's not. I asked you what it is.
I said it's a commitment thing. So
love is a commitment.
Yeah. So it's a commitment, creed, set of morals, that kind of thing. It's a worldview, right? It's not a feeling. It's based on your worldview. My worldview is that of a Christian, and love under Christian parameter is agape love that I'm referring to, which is described in 1 Corinthians. I just looked it up. Love is patient, kind, does not envy, boast, is not arrogant or rude, and does not insist on its own way.
Those are actions. Yeah, those are actions. Yeah, wait, that's the way you treat people you love. What is love?
That is love. By doing that, you are showing love.
Right. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because you're wanting to form a relationship with the person. So if you're going to form a relationship with the person, you should have love being part of that relationship.
And love is just a combination of actions.
Yeah.
So what is hate? Is that the opposite combination of actions?
Hate is desiring, probably, I would imagine, the opposite of everything there, right? You want them to, you want to be arrogant to them. You want to be rude to them. You know, like hate is different. Hate is like you're wanting them to die.
Wait, so you want to be these things to them? See, you're changing now. What is love itself, Farney? You're saying,
well, this is one definition of love. There's like 4 different definitions of love in the Bible alone. I'm just saying love is a commitment thing. In its essence, it is a commitment, right? So you're committed to being these things. You're committed to doing these things. How come Cat's nodding, but you're looking at me like I'm crazy? Like, go ahead, Cat. Like,
no sleep.
Oh, no sleep. Oh, okay. So maybe his lack of sleep is why he's not getting what I'm putting down. Like, or am I just sounding like crazy? Where's chat? I need the peel to ad populum here. Like, am I sounding crazy here?
No, like it's kind of like it's a very difficult question. Don't get me wrong. Like, what is love? And like to do the main baby, don't hurt me no more. But it's for me, it's that kind of like feeling or that kind of emotion you get where it's like it'll like override logic. It's like I said, like if the king dies, game's over. But love will make you try to put your life at risk for this bitch. Do you know what I'm saying? So like I said, yeah, go ahead.
Well, all I'm saying is what I describe that love is falling in love. That is not an action. That is something that happens to you. You're not an actor in that situation, but you're like a reactor in that situation.
So you're going, okay, let me just give this to you because let me do it this way. Maybe this will help you out. You say love is the definition in the Bible, the one you went by, is love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It's not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but it rejoices with the truth. Am I correct? This is the definition you were going by.
Oh yeah, agape love is what it's called.
Okay. Can you be patient with someone that you've just met?
Yeah.
Can you be kind with someone that you've just met?
Mm-hmm.
Can you not envy someone that you just met?
Mm-hmm.
Can you not boast someone that you just met?
Yeah, you don't have to
so you can not be these things. You can be this way to all of this. You can do this to someone that you've just met, right?
Right.
So
and
you can love people you just met.
Yeah. You're supposed to love your enemies, for example. You're going off of the love definition that you've grown up with this feeling love. You know what I mean? Where it's a feeling kind of thing. So, for instance, if I show you love, this is what I'm saying. When I show you love, it's
love.
this. What do you mean? Of course you show your love.
What color is love? What's it smell like?
How did God show his love to the world? By giving his only begotten son. No,
it's answering a question with a question now.
Because that's the answer to your question. How you show love is to show like self-sacrificing for the betterment of the other.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Could you be kind to someone you hate?
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't really be hating people. You should hate their actions, but you shouldn't be hating people.
I didn't ask what it should. I said, can you be kind to someone you hate?
Can you be kind to somebody that you hate?
Yep.
I would say that's a tough question for sure. I'd have to think about that. Can you be kind to somebody you hate?
Can you not envy someone you hate?
I would say that you can be kind to somebody that you hate, but would you likely do it? No, because if you hate them, you don't want what's good for them. You want what's worse for them, right?
Mm.
So the likelihood of you being kind is unlikely. So
I didn't ask about likelihoods. I didn't ask about shoulds.
That's why I said can. It is technically possible.
Can you these things?
Yeah, I answered first.
So if
if
love is being kind, but you can also be kind to someone you hate, you're saying you can love someone and hate them at the same time. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you're taking one aspect of the whole package, but like it's very difficult that you would be so for instance, it says does not rejoice in wrongdoing. To hate somebody is like rejoicing in a wrongdoing kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of an oxymoron that you're putting forward here.
No, it's you.
It's me.
Yeah, you just said that you can be kind to someone you hate, and you define love as kind.
No, love is all these things. It's not just, you can't just rip out one part of it and say that's love. This is describing agape love.
Actions. That's what you're saying. There's no feeling that's love.
Other than the agape love. Not agape love, sorry, falling in love. That is the feeling thing that you're talking about.
What's falling in love? Explain that.
That is like passion, lust, you know, happy feelings. Like that's why love is a very stupid way that we use it nowadays. We talk about all these butterflies inside. That's why we have to say all these ridiculous things to say that you're in love. It's what the secular people describe as love, right? It's endorphins being released and pheromones and all this other nonsense. It's not love. That's not love at all.
No.
Not to me.
It's just a bunch of things firing off in your brain.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of chemical responses, all this crap. Like, people do use love.
So you're not. So you don't have like a soul then.
What? I'm not saying that I can't enjoy these things. I'm just saying that is not what I would say.
I'm wondering, do you not think, like you just said that love is just a firing of shit in your brain?
No, I said that's falling in love.
What's your conscious? Is that not just shit firing off in your brain? How about your decisions that you make every day? Are you deciding to talk to me right now?
It
Or is
depends
it
if you
just like
believe
things
there's something
firing
that
off in your brain
exists.
that decided to put you on the panel and make you talk to me? Did you choose to do this, or did your brain just fire off and make you do all this?
Now you're getting into the realm of philosophy of free will, right?
Yeah, but
Because
you're
if
saying that there's no feelings, so I'm trying to wonder which feelings you believe in.
no, I didn't say there's no feelings.
So
I
you,
said
okay,
that
let me ask you again. Is there a feeling of love?
if you're just, it's so weird because you have to define terms, man. Is there a feeling of love?
Yeah.
There is a
Or a feeling love.
collection of feelings that we classify as love
What
in
is love
modern day
then?
English. Depends on what love you're
You
talking
you're just
about.
saying it's a bunch of different actions, right?
I'm saying that is agape love. There are many different loves that people are meaning when they say love. That's why I find the English language to be quite frustrating, is it's not very precise at times. Hence why you have to say, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the feeling of love? Are you talking about the commitment of love? Like the action versus the just, you know, instinct that happens? Like when you, the motherly love towards a child, like all that is like oxytocin crap. Like what are you getting at? Like when it comes to feelings,
So
I'm not a
all your
fan of
feelings
mixing
are
love with
just
that.
firing off in your brain. Every one of them doesn't come from nowhere. Every one of them. I just want to know. I'm just asking you your opinion, bro. I won't even fight you on it. I just want to know.
Yeah, I'm just curious about how I would answer that as well.
Oh,
Like I said, it's a difficult question.
Yeah, like, because you could say that like the feelings exist and they're just being, you know, mirrored by your chemical reaction. So it's like, which is coming first, your soul's reaction to it and then your chemical, or is it all just based in the natural realm? It is interesting because if you separate the body and you just have, say, the soul, are there even feelings left over? I would say that there's just descriptions of feelings being left over, but that requires a body as well. When they talk about in the resurrection, right? You'll have a glorified body. So I think the body is required for feelings. I don't know. Well, no, not necessarily, because God the Father describes feelings without requiring a body. So I would say that there is I don't know. I'd say that there is like examples for why it would be outside of a body in that regard. It's tough because when you're hearing these topics, often like nowadays, they're all going to the naturalism stuff, right? What are your guys' thoughts on feelings and love? Feels like I'm being grilled here. Like I want to hear your guys' thoughts, man.
But again, like I said, like in terms of my perspective, it's one of those things where it's like it's that crazy feeling where you can't really explain, like the unexplainable, where it's like for some reason I'm willing to provide for this bitch, I'm willing to, give her the ring, all that kind of shit. Do you know what I mean? But to tail it back to the arranged marriages thing, that's where it's like it's not just like you're saying, like just a series of chemicals in your brain, because you should be able to do that then on command or on will, because that's why in terms of arranged marriages, yeah, maybe you might get the beautiful darling, but what happens if you have like a Helga? She has like, moles all over her face, like all that kind of crazy stuff. She's like, like a balloon basically. Like that to me is kind of like, okay, kind of a raw deal in terms of that. But like you're saying, in terms of like the finance, all that, so it has the logical side to it, but it just doesn't have any of the passion, the kind of the like, like the heat, the kind of the drive, like damn, look at this bitch's titties kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of aspect. And it seems like that's not really important, or the looks, or any of that's not really important when it comes to it. Like you kind of like laid a logical case for love. You get me?
Yeah. Looks fade, right? Passions, the fire of passions die out. Like,
yeah, but like
you
she
can't
can
keep
do
it
like
going forever. Like I said, like it should, these feelings should come as a result of, you know, these demonstrations of love to your
You're right,
partner.
but that's not what, like, so again, there's the actions and then there's the feeling, right? So the feeling of a constant affection and a constant affection for and dedication to that feeling, that's love.
Dedication's not a feeling.
The constant affection, that, no, listen, the feeling, the strong feeling uh of constant affection for and dedication to,
Yeah, see,
the feeling of your dedication, the feel the need to be dedicated to, right? That's what love is.
yeah, see, I think love is loving that person, being committed to that person, in spite of the fact that you don't feel like loving them at that point. You don't feel happy with them at that point. You do it anyways. That's love. Loving somebody is when you actually are still committed to them, even at their worst. That's love. You, like when you don't,
So you
when
would
you're
still
ticked
feel
off.
affection and dedication too.
What?
You
No,
didn't
you
say
don't
anything
have
I
a.
said.
No, if you don't feel affection towards the person, but you still are committed to them, that's love, right?
So, okay, just to be clear, if you feel nothing towards them, but you, as long as you stay committed to them, that's love.
In spite, like if in that moment you still are committed to them, yeah, that would be love. I think that's the whole reason a lot of these.
So love is not a feeling; it's a commitment to you. That's it.
I would say that, yeah, like the rest can be like, because feeling chasing is kind of
Now,
ridiculous, right?
now I see why you think arranged marriage would be a good idea. Thank you to whoever subscribed to the channel with my emoji blast.
It
I
does, like,
understand.
I'm not saying that you have to have a cold relationship or a marriage. I'm just saying that shouldn't be the primary thing, right? The primary thing should be the commitment.
Right, but if you're with some chick that feels nothing for you, you're just gonna be in some like weird fucking
If
shitty. You're gonna be one of those dudes like Glenn was talking about that has to do chores to get fucking laid, right?
no, I think that like
I want
affection.
my wife to want to suck my dick. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to be like, "Yo, look, honey, I'm cleaning this TV."
No, I think those like
You know,
desires can grow over time,
shit.
and if you're both of the same worldview and foundation and dedication, you're going to gain affection for this person because you see how they are committed to you. That is something that is to be desired, to see that they're committed to you, they're committed to the truth. All these things are very attractive qualities. It's caring more about the, you know, the beauty on the inside than the surface level stuff, right? Feelings is a terrible thing to base relationships off of, man, because they always change.
What'd you just say?
Feelings is a terrible thing to have the foundation of a relationship as, because they always change. Feelings never are the
Okay,
same.
so you're saying like, yeah, so you're saying like arranged marriage, even with people that just don't like each other, this would still be better because they would just have to get over it. And
Yeah, if they're of the same, like, you know, goals, worldview, understanding of roles, the commitment stuff, all this together. Now, should you be able to do that outside of arranged marriages? Yeah, I'm just saying it would make the process easier for sure. But you can also just meet people at like your local gathering. If you're like a believer, you can meet them at church.
and what, like you meet a family that's got like a son your daughter's age or a daughter your son's age, like is that how you do that?
Well, if you want to have X number of kids, then they probably shouldn't be the same age unless that woman is like 20 and you're 20 or something like that, and you want a large family. If you only want like 1 or 2 kids and you're in your 30s, maybe a girl in her 30s is going to be fine for you as well, right? But if you want any kids and the girl's in her 40s or later, probably not a good match for you, right? Arranged marriages isn't just like, here, let's take 2 random individuals.
Arranged marriages means arranged. It doesn't mean you get to pick it. It means it's arranged.
That's not true. They pick. It doesn't. They pick suitors for you, and then you can say yes or no based on what you want to. You're talking about like monarchy kind of arranged marriage, but that's not how arranged marriages work in like most cases. Most cases, like the mother will
have the
gather
choice
like
to say no. So they have the choice to say no, and they're just going to keep waiting over and over and just saying no and no and no.
Yeah, and then they'll get fed up with you after they brought like 40 suitors for you, and it's like, no, you're the problem here and stuff like. Sorry, the accent was good. You are the problem here. It feels so weird saying it in an English kind of accent, but you're the problem here. You need to stop being so picky. We brought you many lovely women. There's no reason for you to be so picky. You are not the best one here either, okay? So how about you pick one of these lovely ladies that we brought in front of you? You're not getting any younger. I want grandchildren, right? Like, because like it helps break into the reality of it's like your standards are too ridiculously high. The women we brought in front of you are the kind of women that you are capable of being with. Pick one of them. They're not just bringing you like some snaggly tooth woman that doesn't shower and like, is just like has a terrible attitude and all these other horrible things. Like,
right, but you just said if it came down to it and you kept saying no, they're still gonna force you in the end. So
it's social pressure. They never like say you must do it. There's no law about it. But like you want to honor your parents, so you don't want to dishonor them. In these cultures that have arranged marriages, it's very important not to like dishonor the family. Because you'll bring shame upon the family if you keep on being like this, right? Your boy, he's in his 50s. Why is he living at home and not married? Why don't you find him a nice lady?
It's so weird that you keep doing that accent.
I'm sorry. I know it's because I'm white as a ghost, so it sounds like it seems probably bad, right? But it's like it's the accent I grew up around. Like every Christmas, like I'd be around all that because we'd have like the Irish Christmas, and then we'd have the Indian Christmas with lots of curries, and we'd build like human pyramids and stuff, and everybody'd be talking like Indian accents, so it'd rub off and all that. And then that's why my Indian accent mixes into my Irish accent. It goes back and forth. It just sounds bizarre, like a whole brand new accent.
But here's my question on it though. Are men lovable?
Are men lovable? Again, it sounds like you're using the new term again, right? The modern term, right?
Like, I'll put it this way.
Lovable?
A man can take a homeless bitch, turn her into a mother, but a woman can't take a homeless man and elevate him into a father. So it has to stem from the man. That's what I'm saying. So, like, in terms of the situation, you're saying it's not what I thought initially in terms of like, it's basically like we got this bitch for you and you're marrying her, or it's you're done kind of thing. If you do have, let's say, like X amount of suitors that you can peruse or whatever, that does change the situation a little bit. But like, then what happens if like same bitch is getting like the 2 guys? You know what I mean?
I don't think they would often be like trying to suit their daughter to they would wait for a yes or no, I would imagine, before moving on to the next. I'm not fully familiar with the way that they do that part. But I understand you there. Like, what is it? First come, first serve kind of thing. Like, I think that traditionally it is that, you make a decision. If you don't make it, then they're going to assume that you're not interested and move on, right?
But like I said, like I'm kind of like in half mind about both because at least at the fundamental level, like you said, you're talking about in terms of a family, you're talking about in terms of finances, all that stuff that makes logical sense for the partnership to work. The flip side to it, like I said, obviously is like the whole kind of like passion side or the like that element where it's like you want to make sure that you keep like that kind of aspect where it's like you still want to fuck your wife and you're not kind of too lovey-dovey and all that kind of shit. But that's what I'm saying. Like in terms of like a man, it's like realistically, like you ask most men, what would they miss if they left their wife or the wife left them, kind of thing, and all they can really name is like pussy, essentially, as like an objective thing. It's always like, oh, he's smart, he's funny. Yeah,
that's,
no, that's
never been for any of my exes. It's never been. Oh,
okay.
When we get wet, you know, it just get me going. It's like, come on, man. Really?
When your ex left you, what did you miss?
I've never had an ex left me. I've always left them.
Well, like realistically, when you left them, like what was
I
the
didn't
one
miss much, man, because they drove me mental. That's why I leave.
But
But
that's what
the
I'm saying.
same physical
You
stuff I
left
got out of one,
you
I
left
could
them
get
for
out
a
of the
reason.
next, man.
Yeah, but
So
you left
I don't
them
know
for a
what
reason.
you're talking about.
Because what I'm saying is the only thing that kept you around in the first place was the pussy. Because you ended up leaving these bitches. They were that crazy. You know what I mean? So why are you hanging around with crazy people? Because they got pussy.
No, as longer you're with somebody, you would these things would come out, right? You would see like, oh, you know, this problem that I thought would maybe get fixed isn't getting fixed, right? You thought that maybe they were immature when you met them and they would grow. They didn't grow, right? So like you're banking on them growing with you, and when they don't, you're just like done. Or so there's sometimes also an issue, right? Where like you'll get with a girl and then all of a sudden all her friends have the hots for you, and it's a pain in the ass because now they're all just trying to cause drama because they all want to get with you, man. So there's plenty of different reasons to break off a relationship, man. And you tell them like, look, your friends keep on like making moves on me. One thing's got to change here. Either they got to get out of your life because they obviously don't give a damn about you, or we got to end this because I'm not dealing with this.
That's what I'm saying. These bitches are goofy. You know what I'm saying? And it comes down to pussy. And like I said, you say to any guy, if they like the things that you just say is like, oh yeah, like I'd miss the sex, but I also miss like, you know, her love and like she's so funny and smart. Ain't no bitches that are funny and smart. I can tell you that for a fact, right? So like I said, when you actually like list out to a guy and they sit there and they kind of go, yeah, actually the only thing I really missed was the pussy because that bitch was goofy. And it's like once you realize that, then like I said, most of the women out there will do for a man. Counterclaim to it is the woman's fucking expectation.
Look,
you know what I mean?
You can have degenerate pleasures with any girl, man. You just got to find what's the most fun thing to do with her. Are you kidding me? I've never done the same thing with a girl. Like, it's not like, oh, just stick it in and that's the same process you repeat. And this one I stuck it in. She was the best one. That was the best fit. You know, it was just lock and key, right fit. I am never gonna find another key, another lock that's gonna fit my key that perfect. Sorry, I gotta miss that lock for the rest of my life. That's bizarre, man. Like, there's other things you could do, right? Like,
I'm not saying
I think Kat had her hand up a minute ago. I think she wanted to say something.
Is there a couple of things you want to say here?
Yeah, we can move along from what is love, but I wanted to say when you are dating a girl and all her girlfriends or other girls around suddenly start hitting on you, that is a huge red flag.
Oh yeah, that's why I got the hell out of there. Like, that's why I said, like, you have to stop hanging around them because they obviously don't give a damn about you because they're constantly behaving inappropriately towards me. So I'm like, if you're not going to solve this situation, then we're done.
Like, that's more so like her friends hate her that much.
Yes,
like,
it's not about you. They hate her, and she's too stupid.
Oh yeah, I'm saying, but you asked me like, why would you leave and stuff? I'm like, there's a load of different reasons why you leave, right? They're not in essence, it's not trusting your leadership there, right? Because you're saying this is what's good for you. Do not have these type of people in your life. And then they don't do it. And you're like, all right, well, I'll find somebody that does want to follow my leadership. It's fine if you don't want to trust it. There's going to hopefully be somebody that does. Maybe I need to level up my leadership skills or something like that. Maybe I'm not bringing it up to you in the right way.
Here's my point, though, Franny.
Some people you can't lead, though, too, right? Yeah, go
ahead. Yeah, but like that's my point. Like in terms of like, she clearly wasn't smart. She didn't take the clear logical advice. She clearly wasn't funny because no bitches are funny. And then, like I said, what was the element? Like, what drew you to this bitch?
Well, the thing is, it's weird. You're naming off things that women are attracted in men. Like women like funny men, women like smart men. Are you looking for a dude or something, Terry?
That's what I'm saying. Men lie and they'll convince themselves, oh no, she's funny, she's smart. But that's what
you want your boys. You want your boys if you're ever sick.
All right, look,
and like having a shitty day, and you feel like shit. You want your boys to come like cuddle up with you and be like, "Do you need anything, buddy?" And like, you know, hold your head when you feel like fuck all, or do you know when you come home from work after a shitty day, you want one of your boys to crack a beer open for you and be like, "Here, buddy." Is that what you want? You want the nurturing feelings from a guy in your life or something? It's weird that the two things are like, bitches aren't funny, bitches aren't smart. Well,
this is what I'm saying.
For a smart or funny person, so like that's usually
what I'm saying is the excuses that guys give me. But what I'm saying is, I know that's a lie because of what you just said. That's what bitches want. They want the funny guy. They want the smart guy. But a guy doesn't care. That's my whole point.
Bro. Right, but I named the other things, right? Like, I want a woman for femininity. I don't want her to be a masculine woman.
Yeah, like not arguing with you. Maybe you like a girl that cuddles. Right? Maybe you like a girl that cooks or something. Like, there's like a girl that will like maybe give you like massages. Like that girl that had the crazy friends, she would give me like massages. Like she had a mom that was a professional masseuse, and so she was very good at massages. That was a big plus. She liked cuddling. I like cuddling. Like how much of my personal life do you really want to know to figure out like what maybe like stay with her? Like, you know.
Let me explain the point.
Basically, I don't mind sharing my personal life, but notice how none of those are like funny or any of the other weird things you said. I know they're feeling based, but guess what? I also wasn't a Christian back then either, but I would still look at the morals back then.
Well, what I'm saying is the stuff that gets repeated back to me, and then like I said, in terms of SpeakeaZy, what you just said and what you said there as well, there's other shit in terms of that. Like I said, like being submissive, like if I tell her to make a sandwich, she goes to make me a sandwich. It's nice to have a sandwich after a hard day's work, all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. In terms of the base fundamentals, most of these guys are just getting into these relationships because of the pussy. They're not actually being honest to themselves, and then they lie to themselves, and then they say, oh well, she wants me to say that she's funny and smart, and that's what they just get used to saying, but that doesn't make any logical sense. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is that we need to have a higher standard for ourselves, because like at the end of the day, women have these high standards for us, but we seem to have, well, she has a pussy. That's basically it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's men that have
when it comes to like
the simps have these standards. This is what I've been saying about this shit all the time, is that there's these simps that have this type of fucking standard where they'll just do. Look, we had dudes on here say they'll lick armpits just to fuck a woman. They don't even. It's not even going to be his woman. She's going to go off and fuck other dudes after. It's just one time get to be in it. Like it's like does fucking money fall out of her pussy after or something? Because it's not worth licking armpits to me. Like,
yeah, you're speaking to the wrong guy, man. I've denied girls like, bedroom fun before and got a glass thrown at my face because I wouldn't screw them. Like, so.
Yeah, but I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, again, like I said,
that's why it's throwing. No, I'm saying me because you asked me personally what I do, what you do, what you do.
Yeah, as like the example. What I'm saying is like the general thing though is in terms of what like I find with men is that like they can't answer that question in terms of like what would you miss. It just usually comes back to like some pussy or like you're saying, a massage. It's kind of like basic pleasure in terms of that. But there's no kind of like, no, like this bitch, like she's good with kids, or she's this or that. She's able to clean the house, or she's no problem cleaning the house. Or anytime I tell her to do something, she does it. Like these are all like different things apart from the pussy. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this like that question, and again, I don't want it to be like I'm grilling anyone here or anything like that. It's the general thing that I find when I ask guys that, they just say the pussy. Then I know when they're going into relationships, all they do is they get into that, like you said, falling in love state where they just go blind to the pussy. Whereas they need to have this shit. It's like,
booty blind.
But like, is this woman good around kids? Does she want to have kids? There's a lot of women now have been poisoned by the likes of feminism and all this shit, and like their top priority is to kill their kids. They want abortion as the number one fucking voting thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, that to me is one war that we need to actually fucking band together to and fight against. And it, like I said, it's not going to be an easy fight, but like I think Andrew kind of said this on one of the calls. He was like, you can start with like taking out the birth control, shit like that, because that fucks with your mentality. You know what I mean? I'm sure Kat can tell you tons about the birth control and all, and how that fucks with birds' brains. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you say birds' brains?
Yeah, in Ireland we call women birds.
Okay.
It's not that far off, you know. Like North Americans usually say chick and stuff. That's kind of bird, right? Little bird.
He was a bird. You know, it makes sense, boys.
Yeah, you call the dumb girls chicken heads.
Oh my gosh.
The birds and the bees, right? The birds sit on the nest, the bees get to work. Like, so yeah, it makes sense, you know. Yeah, I don't know. You threw me off. Yeah, so that's actually, you weren't here earlier, but that's what I was trying to say to a guy that was on the panel earlier. Is he was asking stuff like, "How do you say no to a woman?" I'm like, "Well, you've already lost when you have that kind of mindset." I'm like, you have like this one-itis mindset where you believe like you're in this this desperate mindset instead of an abundance mindset, right? So if you realize that there are plenty of women out there that you can get with, then you're not going to be settling for these women that are going to give you nonsense like headaches and disagree with you all the time, and you know, put loyalty with friends above you or family above you, etc. Right? Like, there's stuff that you need to set as your bare minimum that you require from your partner, and women should have this as well. If you know, I'm not saying that women shouldn't have their requirements, but like you said, most men, the requirement is, does she have it? All right, then I'm going for it, and that's all they go for, right? It's like, will she take me? Will you please take me? Please? Please, I'll be really nice to you. I'll say how smart you are, and I'll do everything you ask me. And then they're like, well, why don't any women want to get with me? And it's like, well, gee, I don't know. Maybe because you're reek of desperation, bro. You have no standards for yourself, so why should she like look at you as anything worthwhile?
And it's the same frustration that men and women have, but it's just the different things. Men look at women and 18-year-old virgin, she bangs 50 dudes her first year or something like that. That's literally like a billionaire getting scammed by like a Nigerian prince or whatever, like scam caller basically. Do you know what I mean? Like that's how frustrating it is for a man to look at that situation. But equally as a woman, when she gets with a guy and all he does is play Xbox all day and all that shit, doesn't know how to budget, doesn't know how to do any of this shit. It's the same thing as like you go to a class and the teacher's asking you what the lesson should be. It's like, motherfucker, I paid to be here. Like, what we doing? You know what I mean? So like this whole kind of like bullshit where it's like the female boss and all this shit. Like, women don't want to lead. That's like as clear as day, because they never have to develop any of the. They don't have to develop charisma. They don't have to develop game. They don't have to develop any of this shit. You know what I mean? But as a man, you have to, otherwise you're fucked. Because like, even as a man, there's plenty of men who are overweight, even obese, that have gotten pussy. You know what I mean? So like this whole thing of like it's an insurmountable task, all that kind of shit. It's in the cards for men, but there is that aspect where you need to take self accountability. You know what I mean? And that's the one thing that's through all the messages, you know?
That's what's confusing to me. Like, I look at like the physical stuff you're saying, it's not challenging, right? And
I feel like I
creating those
feel like
feelings.
you pretty, you know, you kind of dodged telling us why arranged marriages are beneficial. I'm just saying, I have to point this out.
Because it's focused on what I think is the most important part of a marriage, which is that of a shared worldview, compatibility for whether or not your personalities are going to work and all that jazz, whether you're going to actually fulfill your
Let me ask you this. You think it's very Christian of you to affect the free will of this marriage going on?
You have free will. You could say yes or no if you want to do it. Both the
No,
man and the
because it
woman.
leads down to you having to make a choice.
No. That I'm told you the leading down to having you make a choice is just peer pressure. It's your peers are saying like, why aren't you getting married? Your family's wondering why aren't you getting married? They want to have grandchildren. You still have a choice this whole way. There's no like you must do this.
Well, yeah, there is though. You even said they get shamed from the family if they don't.
Yeah, public
this is
shaming,
literally
but you still have free choice. Yeah, free will.
right. So I said, do you think it's right to have such a heavy impact on their free will?
I don't
On their
really.
marriage, the impact on the free will of the marriage.
I wouldn't
Obviously,
say that you're having an impact on their
wanna go
free
into
will. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't know you were.
No, go
not
ahead.
done.
I was just saying I don't want to like get into like, well, this isn't this. They got free will for this, and that. I'm just talking about the arranged marriage part.
Yeah, so I would say that Christianity is a lot of social pressure. There's a lot of social pressure baked into the system. So I don't think that's wrong. I don't think social pressure impedes on somebody's free will. You know? Definitely doesn't take away from it. It could
Well, I
modify
mean,
how
you know, you raise this kid depending on you completely, and then just throw them out because they don't want to marry who you want to marry, who you want them to marry. I mean,
No, that doesn't usually happen.
vetting who your daughter or son marries is different than like arranging it.
No, I agree. And I said like at the bare minimum there should at least be some sort of like vetting process, especially for the father and the new husband, especially there. Because there's a lot of guys that'll totally like love bomb the crap out of a woman, get her all in her feelings, and then she'll just marry him because he like, Romeo Julieted her.
I just said that's why I'm up for the vetting, of course.
Yeah.
Like how Kat's dad was running background checks and shit like that. Like that's smart. That's a good thing. But
So
she still ultimately made the choice of who she was with.
Which arranged marriage does as well. And that's actually another thing I didn't even touch on. Arranged marriage is good for pressuring women to marry while they're younger. They'll be like, come on, honey, you don't have many that years left. Like, you got to get out there, right? So if you have no arranged marriage and no vetting in place, then women and men as well.
I didn't say no vetting, but
no, I'm saying that's basically what we have in society right now. It's very rare that
no, I know it, and that's why I said I think you should vet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you have to go to the one extreme. I would say vetting is like the middle ground between arranged marriage and what we have, which is like the Wild West here, right? But the problem
I just think it's weird to like to force them into the marriage and then make them build the love with each other rather than the love being built and then them getting married, because I feel like there's more of a solid foundation here.
I would say the way that you're describing is like, I have a boy, Jimmy. He's 5 years old. You just had a boy, girl, Sarah. She's 2 years old. Now let's.
Well, I asked you this and you avoided that question too. You were like, well, a 20-year-old could be good for a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old could be good for a 30-year-old. Like, you avoided the question completely. I asked you, how does it go then? Who gets to marry? Who are you arranging to marry your kid?
So if you want to know how it generally goes in, say, for instance, India's arranged marriages, generally they ask you a list of things that you're looking for in your partner, and then they look for women that are going to fit those criteria. So go ahead, Kat definitely wants to chime in on this.
In India, because I looked into this because I find it interesting, they look back 7 generations of the other person's family. Are there any divorce? Are there any abuse? Are there any, like, any sort of problems, genetic problems? They look into everything. They're very meticulous. And if there's a divorce in the family, it can put a bad mark on the entire family and the chances of the daughters being able to marry and the sons. So people work very hard to keep families together. There is a mutual benefit. Your cousins will have problems getting married if your marriage doesn't work. So that's where the social pressure comes in. Different than the church's social pressure, but I think it's a little bit better because it's your direct family. Everybody, your cousins are, affected by your bad decision. So they all want to make sure that you marry very well. They will even do surprise visits at the possible guy's parents' house to see how is his mother treated. Does she have help in the house, cooks, maids? Does she look stressed out, overworked, abused, anything like that, to kind of get a feel like, do you want to marry into this? And they will even say, I looked in, I stopped at, the mom's house, whatever. She doesn't seem to have a maid. She doesn't seem to whatever. She seems overweight, tired, like sleepless, whatever. The kids seem stressed out too. This is what you're getting into. This is their family dynamic. So this is the family you'd be marrying into. That is so crazy. We don't even we will marry people and not know if they can keep their room clean, if their parents fight all day, if there's massive debt in the family, if every single male in the family cheats and has other families on the side, if every single female in the family line has babies that are not the guys. We don't vet anything in this country. We just go off of a stupid feeling that will go away once any of these things pop up later. So 100% vetting is important, and we need to definitely do that more, make it more normal here. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. And another thing that
just hit the fucking explosion right now here with the 20 gifted memberships. Let's fucking go, EHL. Hold up. We need a big thank you for this, and for everybody who's donated tonight. Hey, we didn't get to see Goofy dance for a while, so
I was thinking that too, man. I'm like, where is it?
Yo, that's wild. Let me turn off my camera for a couple minutes so we can see all the people who get them. You guys can keep talking though. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just had to.
No worries. Hey, the people contributing to the channel are important, man. Feel free to interrupt, of course. The one other thing that Kat alluded to there was the idea that in those cultures, like, family is extremely important, and there's not just like husband, wife, and their kids living in the same house. It's the grandparents living all in the same house, and the grandchildren all living in the same house. Like, so they have a vested interest in your marriage being a successful marriage. So they're not going to just shove you with some ugly person, whether it be an ugly man or ugly woman. They're going to try to find somebody that you find physically attractive. That's why you actually have a say in it, because they want this marriage to have the best possible outcome. Because guess what? Who is going to look after me in my old age when I am, needing you to be here for me? That's what they always say. They say, I don't want to be alone. I want you to look after me. Who's going to look after you when you get older? They'll say that to their kid too. It's like, you need to have babies because...
Bro, I'm not going to lie. You need to get used to not doing that accent. It is so
I don't
weird,
care.
bro.
I don't care.
So
it's built into me, dude.
I got to tell you. No, it's really not, though, because you only use it right now. I didn't hear it.
Anytime that I'm bringing up that culture, because it's so ingrained in me that these values, like, hit that part of me. It just comes out, man.
Just to be clear, half your family's what
from
you
India.
said from India?
Dombivli, right near Mumbai. Yeah.
Are they Christians from India?
Technically Roman Catholic, but they didn't push that on my brother and I, but we were baptized. But we grew up secular.
Oh.
Yeah. So like God was kind of like a swear word in our house. It was weird. Like you didn't really talk about God.
And they still do arranged marriages?
No, my family didn't do arranged marriage. I'm saying like the culture. Anytime I'm referencing the culture, that comes out of me, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't care. Like if people want to think I sound offensive or whatever.
I'm not saying offensive, bro. I just said it sounds weird, bro. It's off. Right? It's just I don't know.
I get you, man. I've gotten in trouble for it, man. So it is what it is, man.
I mean, like, you can make whatever voices you want, bro. I'm just telling you, it looks bloody weird, bro. So.
Yeah, I get you, man. And especially since it's not even like true Indian accent or anything. It's this bizarre hybrid that blends into like a zillion different other like accents. I trust me, man. I know. I know. It's like a tick. It's an involuntary kind of response.
And well, yeah, it's just weird because it's like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking.
I think you're a little racist. Judging me on the colors.
Maybe it's you that's a little racist.
See?
That'd be like, like,
but no, like, cause so for instance, even when my dad would do stuff
I'd be like, yo, my Chinese friend told me the other day, Aro, why you don't come to China?
A little different. So like, just to get an idea, like, it's not just me and my family that has it happen,
holy shit. 24 hours and 30 minutes, guys. Come on, put some crowns in the chat for me going fucking 24 hours. Let's go. Okay. Bro.
So, I just think of the like that Christmas story or whatever with the singers. But yeah, even when my dad would be in Canada, he'd embarrass me everywhere I go, like growing up, because he'd always be trying to barter and be frugal as heck, even though you're not allowed to in a bunch of Canadian stores. And every single time I noticed when he would start doing it, his accent became heavy Indian accent. It just happened. The more and more that the guy was refusing him, making the deal with him, he would get thicker Indian accent. And then eventually he would get a
bro. I was literally, was just busting your balls, bro.
No, I'm letting you know that you're not.
Dog, when I'm hanging out with my people that are like my real life people, like they have a strong Toronto. Like I don't know if you ever heard people from Toronto.
I lived in Toronto for a while.
They have, yeah. It's okay. So you hear how they talk, right?
Yeah.
So that comes out harder when I'm with them. I think it's because I'm with them. So like, I don't know.
You're feeling it. It's ingrained, man. It's ingrained. But no, I have like if I'm hanging around like when I lived in Cuba for like a while, right? Like I started to develop like the Spanish kind of accent, right? So it is a different accent for Cuba, but yeah. Of course that's gonna happen too. Or when I was hanging around with my Irish friends when I was in college. Oh yeah, I started to drop some of the proper pronunciations of words and stuff, and it just comes out.
Start eliminate the H sound from your TH words. You know what I'm saying? Instead of that, it's that. You know what I'm saying?
Tat and terrace.
4 p.m. Eastern time is the 24-hour mark. 4 p.m. Eastern time. Okay.
When
we are at 20 minutes away.
There you go.
We are 20 minutes away, Voltage, Mike.
It's
what's up.
We went so many rabbit holes there.
The cat's accent, it doesn't sound Persian or Latino at all.
I do not have either.
What, like in the family?
No, I don't have any accent.
Yeah, it's like very kind of like neutral American almost.
Yeah, I've cultivated a neutral American accent.
Like, let's say if you're hanging around
She's
Latino,
saying she made her voice white passing.
No,
dude.
No, but you have to understand, I don't speak Spanish. I don't speak Farsi. So I can't have an accent for things I can't speak.
No, I totally understand. Yeah, I'm just fucking with you too.
In all fairness, even this my normal voice, I'd have my Canadian friends be like,
he's lying. He's got a voice changer on. Usually he sounds like this.
Let's come to my theme parks.
See, that's his real voice.
Facts.
Sure.
Shit.
If I focus really hard, I can remove the rumble from my voice, but it like strains like crazy, right? And then it sounds like a little different, right? So there you go.
Cat sounds Persian when she's choking. There's a lot of in the Iranian language, I'm pretty sure.
No, that's Arabic. Get it right.
What's Persian?
You didn't even get
Iranian?
the fucking language right. What's wrong with you?
Persian, I don't know. Persian sounds very, I want to say, flamboyant male. When they speak it, they sound very. They have like a, you know, it's a little
wavy,
fruity. It's a little fruity when their accent is a little fruity. It's a little singy-songy. It's a little
musically like tone, like going from tone to tone to tone kind of thing. Like
it's a little queer, you know.
Cat said that, not me. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, just from my...
Is it better than a Canadian though?
Like... I don't think we're confusing the voices. Don't worry.
I'm just saying, like, you know, if PBD starts going mad, it was all Cat. It was all Cat's idea.
No, I don't care. I mean, well, I don't know. When they speak together, they're very flamboyant. There's a lot of hand movements and swaying involved.
There's a lot of head movements.
No,
for
not
Canadians.
Yeah, that's different.
That's why we get the flapping little heads, right? Like on South Park. It's all making fun of how a lot of Canadians will talk like this, eh, bud? Yeah, you get it, eh? But it's a little different now, eh? It's deadly. It's brutal.
No, like it is as well.
Well, you gotta move your head because it's cold, right? How are you supposed to stay warm in your igloo, man?
True that.
Yeah. See, he gets it, eh? Another thing you'll notice Canadians do is they'll add a question to anything they say. Like every sentence sounds like a question. They'll go higher up at the end of their sentence.
Australians do that a lot as well. G'day, mate.
Shrimp on the barbie.
Shrimps on the barbie.
Australia's not a real country.
That's facts, man. Like Australia is literally a fucking hellhole. I don't understand how it can be a country. Like I think like fucking 80% of it is like desert.
Oh, crazy. Very true. Yeah.
What's up, good one? Oh,
but yeah. By the way, as well, I noticed as well. Easy. The Crucible thing went through on the actual notifications or the starred. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
If you go to like in the comments and then if you click on the starred rather than the live, the Crucible it's coming through as the 100, but it's not coming up on your bar thing. So that should be 721, not 621.
Are you talking about the earlier Crucible 100?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, that was earlier. That was way earlier. Yeah, he sent another 100.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm seeing it now.
Yeah, he sent another 100. It just hasn't fucking popped up yet.
It did deduct from his account though. Oh, voltage coming in for the last stretch of the day.
Yeah, it came out. it came out of his account, right? So it should what's it called? Should pop up.
True.
So how do you fight against the logic and reasoning that feelings dissipate? I'm still confused. You guys never gave a good answer on that. You're like, yeah, but you're missing out on all the feelings. And it's like, yeah, but what? That lasts for like this little period of time? Kind of like how Grid One said earlier in the day that the feelings is like for the first 3 years.
Oh,
and
we
then,
got the
like,
Grid One raid too. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but thank you, Grid One.
oh, I didn't even know it was a raid. Nice.
You a G. Thank you.
But it's more so like the emotion is some sort of like force or some sort of like thing in your brain, right? Or like, because if it's just a set of actions, then it's like it's more so it's like what is making me want to do those actions rather than just the actions themselves. You know what I'm saying?
When you have a child, do you know that you're going to have those like warm, fuzzy feelings for them, or are you dedicating yourself to them regardless of how annoying they're going to be?
But that's what I'm saying. Like when you look at your child, you have that kind of sense of like it overrides in terms of all sense of logic, all that kind of stuff. It's like a life changing.
I don't think so. I think there's sometimes that people want to kill their kids, and their commitment to their children is why they go through with a lot of what they do.
Wait.
So, for instance, when you were listening to SpeakeaZy talk earlier, she said her son drives her mental, and she calls him a little shite and stuff. But she says, I can't do it where I would kick him out. Because she has a commitment.
That's what I'm saying. Because of that like moment that like when you were holding them or when they gave birth to them, all that kind of shit. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
it's
yeah, you could argue it's oxytocin and it's out of her control. But I'm saying that
the feeling of love, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's something triggers that oxytocin. Oxytocin. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying is that it's like you need that because that's what's going to, like I said, trigger all this kind of chemicals.
You know, you can develop that, right?
Yeah, but like, what do you mean by develop it?
As in, a dog will gain oxytocin for you if you feed it for long enough.
Yeah, but like I said, that's not really love per se.
Oh, so oxytocin's not love now. That's
no. What I'm saying is like you put the actions down to it, but there's some sort of reaction when you're in that moment that's triggering that. You know what I'm saying? But we have to be able to separate, like we said there, the example of the dog. The dog just like getting the oxytocin because he's getting fed, rather than it's like you don't want a wife that's just there because you're feeding her.
When your dog greets you at the door, wagging its tail, right, and so happy to see you is the way we say it. We call, oh, my dog loves me so much. You are talking about these oxytocin things and these other types of feelings, man. But like I said, you can develop that with basically anything that you show loyalty for long enough time to.
I think it depends on the person, though.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I think it depends on the person because, I mean, we went into this, and I'm sorry, I just kind of jumped into this last second, of course, but it sounds like we're talking about like emotional sets. I think different people are born with different sets of emotional sets. That's why maybe we might see shit like mental illness, you know, because I think that there's a direct correlation between brain chemistry, the chemicals in your brain, all that shit, and emotions. Of course, just like general emotions, not emotional regulation. I mean, of course that factors in, right? But I think that people are just, I don't know. Depends on the person, you know. You say anyone can develop that towards something.
Oxytocin release, yeah. Unless there's some weird random mutation condition that you're not able to like have oxytocin release, like that I'm unaware of. I'm assuming it probably exists. We have mutations for everything. But when we're talking about these things, we're talking about, you know, your average human, right? Like you're not talking about somebody that's missing an arm or has an extra arm or something. We're talking about like a normal, healthy human being is able to develop these things.
Would you define someone who's got like a severe, like a mental illness as not your average human being, then is kind of that's why you're, because that's maybe
like
what I was going
sociopath
for.
kind of thing, for example.
Yeah, kind of like either sociopath, psychopathic. You know, there's a chance they might not develop something. I'm not a scientist, so I guess I'm not trying to argue that. I don't know, but you know what I mean, like sociopath, maybe they might not develop it, even if they do have a kid. Maybe they try to they think that might be their thing to make them feel something towards life. They have it, and then I don't know, dude. It's like how we have like these monsters that commit certain crimes and shit, and you read the story and everyone always says, how could someone ever do this? How could someone, you know, it's because they were just born with such a very fucked up skills, emotional set, I guess. That just put them at a disadvantage. But then it's like, who gave them that emotional set? You know, think of it like a loadout in Call of Duty. Y'all play Call of Duty. You spawn with a certain kind of class, you know. And some people are put at a disadvantage. Maybe it's probably genetics and shit is what plays into it. But
so would you not say that my description on how a relationship should be set up would you know, help these poor guys that can't feel these feelings that everybody else feels, and then they could still have a successful relationship based on a commitment relationship of, you know, same worldview, morals, goals?
No, because without that man having the willingness to lay down his life for that woman, then it's never going to be love. He's not going to love her. He's not going to take care of her in the way she should be taken care of. That's what love is, right? You even appealed to the Bible, and Jesus is the one who says there's no greater love than the no greater love can be expressed than the willingness to lay down your life.
One's life for another, yeah.
Yeah.
And it tells you to do
so
that.
The willingness to lay down your life for someone, because earlier you were like, you can develop love with anything. So if you developed love with a rock, do you think you'd be willing to lay down your life for that rock?
That'd be saying that the rock has that value. So, for instance, if you have a
what do you mean? That'd be saying that rock has that value. What do you mean? You just said no. You agreed that Jesus said the willingness to lay down your life for another person is love, right? You agree with this?
He said no greater love. Yeah. So the problem is we're going off of like English, right? These aren't apt like terms that were actually used in the original language. Like we have love used in 4 different ways in the Bible. And
now we're gonna do that. You had no problem with your scripture earlier, the one that
I said agape love was the love I was talking about.
The love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. Love is not arrogant or rude. All this stuff, right?
Yeah. And you're talking about another kind of love.
You didn't say anything. What if that was? Oh well, we got to look at the other way that it was said in a different language.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that you're describing a different love, and I'm willing to address that different love. That love is the kind of self-sacrificing, right? Giving up your life for another, right?
Yep.
If anything, that love is even greater if you don't feel like it. Like if you don't feel that you're happy with the person, but you choose to do it anyways. That is even greater amount of love, because you're not doing it based on feelings. You're doing it because you believe it to be right. So to me, that's even greater love. It's easier to die for somebody you like. It's really hard to die for somebody you really don't like.
But that's what I'm saying. What's your differentiation between like and love?
Like is like you're pleased with like their actions, you know, like they make you feel things, you know, like it's pleasant, you know what I mean? Is
because you're saying a lot of I agree with a lot of the theory that you're saying. Like don't want to be like 100% transparent. I agree with all that. It's just when you're kind of like talking about love, to me it's like, yeah, you want to be in that stage where you're liking a bitch, not loving her, because if you love her, then you're basically lost the game. You know what I'm saying? Because like you're willing to fucking basically give up your own life, game over, king's dead. You know what I mean? But what you're describing is a lot like rather than love per se. You know what I'm saying?
So like I would say is not something you should base a relationship on. You can like the actions they do. You can like the way that your partner makes you feel in certain circumstances, but that shouldn't be the foundation of your relationship. Like is kind of like, I like pepperoni pizza. Well, 5 years from now, maybe I don't like pepperoni pizza anymore. Like is a preference that can change, right? You can gain a greater liking for it. You can lose your liking for it, you know? That's why I try not to use love for food, but I still slip into that language because I've used it for so many years, right?
But like that's what I'm saying though. Like when we talk about the lovey-dovey kind of like I love you, I can't live without you, all that kind of shit. Like that's the one thing that turns women away. You know what I'm saying? So it's like in order for the relationship to work, I would argue that it's like the woman needs to remain likable, and you can't ever fall into that lovey-dovey shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, like men are naturally lovable. Like they will take a homeless chick and make her into a mother.
But
women aren't doing the same thing, or wouldn't do the same thing.
I think like it depends on how you're expressing that lovey-dovey crap. You know what I mean? Like if you're holding your woman in a masculine way, but you're cuddling with her by a fire, a lot of people would say that's lovey-dovey, right? Or are you saying lovey-doveys where it's like, I just love you so muchy.
Like I said, like the whole thing that like
kind of crap or whatever. Like
she's giving you a shit test. You're doing the shit test as in like failing it in terms of like doing whatever. You're like you're not certain boundaries. Like you're just like head over heels for this chick. You know what I'm saying? Like you like anytime you see her, you're constantly getting this oxytocin or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
Like that, and then you're sharing your emotions, all that kind of shit. Like that shit like turns a woman off. Like my whole thing is that like you can never love a woman, you can only like a woman. The moment you love them is the moment they start hating you, because you're basically like a simp for them.
I would say oxytocin, by the way, is something that usually develops over time. It's not usually the initial like chemicals that draw you in. Oxytocin's the bonding chemical, right? That like keeps you loyal to something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. But
anyways, yeah.
Like for example, to give us situations, like we hear a lot of stories of these guys who love their woman, that do anything for them. Then the woman ends up walking all over them, cheating with all these other people. Yeah. Then he like, oh, I'm doing it for the kids, I'm doing it for that, like because I love her or I love the family kind of shit. But it's like yeah, like that, like, but that to me is like that destructive state where it's like you basically have like you're playing the woman's role, where the woman's supposed to be the one who's acting all in love and all that kind of stuff, like on cloud nine. Whereas you're like the logic guy, you're straight to the point and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So it's like you're allowing her to be emotional, whereas you need to be the stoic one and the one to lead. Because if you're emotional or if you're all lovey-dovey, then there's no room in that for her to be that in the relationship. Do you know what I mean? That's why she.
It sounds like.
Baby, don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me no more.
Quality song.
So my thing is the very scenario that you're describing is going on in that relationship where he's now letting his feelings guide him throughout it, and he's letting his feelings override his logic and reasoning and the things that he's willing to put up with, etc. That's because he's built his whole relationship around feelings being paramount, not what's my role, what's my duty, what's my way of behaving towards myself, her, and the kids and society. Like you're looking based on what makes me happy, what makes me, get me all in my feels. You can be in your feels with like your partner, but like it shouldn't be the thing guiding you through your actions.
But like this is why I say it's like you need to like keep this bitch likable, because this is why I kind of gave the example of like what would you miss, and it's like usually the answer is just pussy and like some bullshit or whatever.
Yeah.
And like because like pussy can keep you liking her for a long time. She can do a lot of crazy stuff in the bedroom, all that kind of stuff. So again, and like I said, I'm kind of agreeing with a lot of your theory, because in terms of like what I'm saying, it's like you can like any bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in your whole kind of like
super
arranged
easy.
marriages,
You can trick yourself into liking anything, really, man.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it, like in terms of like that aspect, but I just wouldn't throw the label of love on there. You know what I mean? Because for me, like that's kind of like when you've kind of gone too far, or that's kind of like a more of a woman's role in the relationship is for her to love you and then for you to like her. You know what I mean? But that's I think it's just a syntax thing because, like I said, the English is kind of a boundary in terms of that as well. Because, like I said, it's you need to be like like I said, that father figure, the kind of the stoic one, and like if can't be all like, oh, I love you, boos, but I'm stoic. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't kind of add up. You know what I mean?
So love is kind of like, you know, when you're in middle school and it's like, do you like him? Yeah, I think I do like him. But do you like him? And that's the love that you guys are talking
What
about.
is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Love is like.
Don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Every time.
What is love?
Classic.
I can't. Every time Teriyaki does a freaking, you know, like...
Saturday Night Live. But yeah, like I said, it's kind of like more like a syntax thing than nothing else. But it's like I said, it's a difficult question to approach. I was like, and like props just for even like trying to answer kind of thing. But it is that kind of thing where I think guys need to kind of have that kind of mentality where it's like, yes, you have standards and boundaries, but at the end of the day, you need to recognize that like literally any pussy will do. It's about the I was going to say intangibles, but it's like they are like tangible, but it's like the sensible shit that you were saying from the arranged marriages without necessarily having to enforce it. You know what I'm saying? If we can get best of both worlds, I think that's more ideal because then it's like Easy was saying, it's like it's less of a thing where it's like you're 100% pressured into this because it's like you rejected, let's say, the first 30 bitches and now it's like 31 has to be the one kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? That's where you get a lot of where kind of free will gets overridden because it's like, oh, I'm just panicking now rather than, you know, the whole thing. But again, like I said, like there's different things like the new guy who joined, I can't see your name, Voltage something, like in terms of like your opinion, what do you think about the whole prearranged marriages?
Prearranged marriages?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really hard for me to, this is going to sound very soy. You guys can come at me for it if you want, but that's it. It's very much a thing in certain other cultures. And like, since I'm only from my own culture, bro, I fucking, you know, grew up here in the Midwest, USA, fucking listen to metal music. I'm a white kid at heart, you know, listening. I don't know. But what I would say is just that, like, if the kids aren't down for it, if it's any much like unconsensual, I really don't see how the parents should feel comfortable with themselves putting them through with that. You know what I mean? Like if the kids aren't into each other or some shit, like I want to respect people's cultures. Don't get me wrong. There's all sorts of them around the world. A lot of people respect my culture. That's fucking cool. That's great, man. I'd like to do that for other people, but I don't know. I mean, there have been certain arranged marriage situations in the past where, I mean, the kids are like, all right, you know, they're down for
Kat,
it.
you said you're heading out there?
Yep, it's been fun.
Thank you for joining. You
made it to the mark, but it's good to hang with you, Kat. Thank you for helping me describe why you know, arranged marriages can be pretty based.
Yep.
Appreciate you broke it down pretty good. That was good.
Later.
Well.
Take care.
Peace out.
My mods, please
teach you
share
more on
Kat's
fiscal
channel.
responsibility another time. Sorry.
If my mods could please share Kat's channel in the chat there, so you guys could go over and sub up to Kat.
But I mean, yeah, I hope that was you know, at least a decent
yes,
enough answer.
make sure you go sub. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you again, but make sure you go sub, okay? Because you know you want Kat to come back. I seen a lot of you said it was refreshing to have Kat here, so go sub, or else she's not gonna want to come back. All right.
Were you here for the totality of the conversation, Voltage? Like, were you watching from chat or?
No, so I wasn't here for the last conversation you guys. Around the time Kat joined, I think is when I had to dip out. I had to go do some errands and shit like that. But just kind of hop back. I saw you were in the end stretch of the stream, easy. So I was like, fuck it, I'll hop back in, a little bit at the end. I mean, yeah, man, I think it comes down to the people in the cult. I feel like here's my take. Like, ultimately, if I'm not in that kind of culture, I can only have so much of an opinion on it because it's just not my fucking thing, man.
Because it sounds like you missed a lot of like the defining of like all the nuances between arranged marriages. Because a lot of what Westerners think about arranged marriage is you think about like the king of one country marrying off their offspring with the king of another country, so that way the two countries have like this relationship, and neither the prince or the princess has like a choice in the matter. Those style of arranged marriages are insanely rare. So like when there's like I have a 5-year-old boy, you have a 2-year-old daughter, let's arrange for them to get married. That's not usually how arranged marriages work.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, you're probably right. I'll stay.
No, but I tried to ask you about this, and like Kat did break it down a good way in the sense that she showed the vetting process of everything they do. But there's one problem that I was trying to get you guys to get to. A lot of the times, these dudes that are being arranged to be married to the woman is like the father's friend, or the father's friend's nephew that's like a couple years younger than him. It's like, do you really want to endorse that part of it, or do you think that's like probably the fucked up part of it, or what would you say about that, Farney?
I would say that just kind of makes sense, right? Why, like, you're gonna know the most about that person's family if you're friends with them, right?
Well, age gap, right? What's the age?
Oh,
gap?
were you referring?
Yeah, it's on a 50-year-old to 20-year-old.
Like a 50-year-old with a 20-year-old?
You're like arranging, like they're like, think about how young they're arranging these marriages from, and like they're setting them up with like their own friends, their own age. I just think that's kind of a little off.
Well,
but like that just leaves the question.
Baby, don't hurt me.
You know what I'm saying?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
I'm saying
don't hurt
that
me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love?
I had to do it one more time.
I can't even. So, they would take that into account, right? So, like, a 50-year-old getting with like a 20-year-old, like, so that would be a possible like flaw, right? Like that man might die like before your kids are old enough to even look after you is one thing that they'd be thinking, right? Like, how many kids are you gonna even have with this 50-year-old? Is this 50-year-old even gonna, be able to give us grandchildren? Because that's what they're always concerned about, is getting kids and then getting the grandchildren, right? Because you have to look at like what benefits the family in the long run, right? But again, if like the 20-year-old found the 50-year-old ick, then they wouldn't agree to it. Like, sometimes there's like cultures perhaps that they would take away that. I would think that taking away that free will choice there, I don't think that's good. I don't think somebody should be forced into a marriage. I think that's wrong. But, to what extent do I think that's wrong? I don't know. I don't know how much of that is my culture that's kind of giving me that. But I think there is like some truth behind the whole free will aspect, right? I don't think like a woman should lose her free will like that, right?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But if the woman saw no problem with marrying the 50-year-old, I don't care. At the rate I'm going, I might be 50 by the time I get married. So, you know what I mean? Like, so I can't rule out this,
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. Oh, yo.
It's time.
Oh, yo.
24-hour mark, right?
24 hours, folks.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Every time, every night is a loose one. And every flight, you know that I put the crew on. You say that I drop top, well then tell me what you done. Still in my winning phase, yeah, I've been away. Are you entertained? Yeah. The God of me, that's what I'm constantly summoning. I love the climb, I don't care where the summit is. Funny when people be saying I peaked. Retired, my parents, they live at the beach. Models and freaks is my track record. I made my homies my staff members. Got myself lit to give y'all the light. Using my mind to attract better. At first when adversity came, I said, why me? Now I be staring it down, saying, trying me. Kyrie, I handle it well. They still taking shots, trying to hand me an L, but I pass on that. Anger, I try not to act on that. I'ma just transmute it. Put it all back in the music. Just feeling like I might just be on the road. I'm never selling my soul. My records are platinum and gold. It just keep tapping in walls. Just feeling like I might just be on the road. I'm never selling my soul. My records are platinum and gold. It just keep tapping in walls. Every time you see me shine and move up, I see this recline, the jet is G5, I blew up. You tell me I fell off, but tell me what you done. I'm still in my winning phase, while we switching lanes. Are you entertained? I'm gone. I'm in the pub with the bros, lighting up something that goes. Nothing is froze, but when I put the kettle on, it's a number that nobody knows. I stay off the road, living the sticks, put my profit into mortar and bricks. You know I got good advice from a couple guys to leave more than just stress for my kids. Well, isn't it blissful, baby? Sitting there like we made it. It's kinda mad how the game is. You celebrate it and hate it, but I don't pay no attention to the words. Put out another one, let it burn. Still on the list, you know what it is. They're putting me first, yeah. Met Ross and Couple in New York, now we're here and I'm killing the verse. And every time it's gotta be right. And he told me, Teddy boy, take him to church. When you touch down up in London, you know what? Give me the stage and you're gonna see how it goes off. Every time, every night is a loose one. I see this recline, the jet is G5, I blew up. You say that I dropped out, well then tell me what you done. I'm still in my winning phase, while we switching lanes. Are you entertained? I'm gone.
Let's fucking go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All the crowns, all the crowns. 24 hours. Let's fucking go. That's nuts. I can't lie and say I'm not tired. But
big time players, big time plays. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. This is a fact. Oh, that's nuts. And look how close we got to the goal here, 83%.
I was about to say, man, you got close, man. You did a really good job, Dad.
And like we'd be even closer if the YouTube wasn't being stupid. Because like Andrew he said it deducted him. He showed me too. It deducted him $100. So technically,
you'd have been almost there, dog.
Technically, there's another 100 there too. Oh, that's what's up.
I love Deadmau5.
What's that?
Someone in chat asked me they love do I like Deadmau5. I love it. Like but like the thing is, like he's not pumping out a lot of good stuff lately, kind of thing. But given his position, like he was kind of like one of the lads that basically started the whole kind of EDM culture and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to the man, you know what I mean? He's like basically has like his setup is basically he's fucking like he has all this fucking shit company boys. He just gets all the fucking royalties and all that kind of sorted, and all he has to go to maybe like 1 or 2 fucking meetings a year, and he has a fucking company from it. Not bad. So yeah, definitely him. Daft Punk as well. Another big shout out in terms of the EDM community as well. But yeah, like the thing is though, it's like a lot of the stuff, modern day stuff, is the same kind of beat or same kind of sound. That's just modified slightly.
ZT Dan says, "Fuck that 83%. Not good enough, King. Thank you so much. You're absolutely amazing.
What a G.
What a G. What a G. Right, just don't get it. Why are you getting started with that topic in here, you idiot? Right, just over here. Wait a second. I want to give Z and also dedicated to everyone that's helped me get so close to the goal here. Wait, where is it? Need our Hey, that's what's up. Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna wrap this up. But are you gonna be streaming Teriak or what's up?
No, but I'll be streaming tomorrow with VOPod. So I'll send you the link when I'm about to go live. I think we're maybe doing kind of 5 or 6 Irish time. You know, that maybe midday. I think American time, but like that vibe, maybe a bit later. But I think Glenn Lawrence is going to be on that as well. So make sure you tune in, folks.
Okay, that's what's up. Make sure y'all go sub up and go watch Teriak. I'll be sharing it tomorrow too. But subs, could you please share Teriak's channel in the channel in the chat? See, I thought I was saying it wrong and I was saying it right. Please and thank you. But yeah, is there anything, any last words anyone wants to say before y'all? Look at that! Crucible's live in 45 minutes. Look at that. But perfect. Is there anything you guys want to say before you go?
Could I shout out my YouTube channel? Or you?
Yeah, bro. No, yeah, okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, first off, thank you for having me on for the first time. This has been fucking sweet. SpeakeaZy. I just discovered your channel this last month. You're a real one. I like your platform. I love the open discussions. I love the varying opinions and shit. You know, you're a real one for having literally anyone on. It's not one-sided. It's not two-sided. It's fucking all-sided, dude. So I really appreciate your platform. This was a fucking killer stream. My name is Voltage Mike. You can check me out on my YouTube channel at Voltage Mike YT. Just Voltage Mike. I play Paper Mario and like comment on internet drama and shit like that, you know, just stupid shit. But if y'all are into that goofy shit, want to come vibe with me, you know, thank you, SpeakeaZy, for giving me the opportunity. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Anytime. And come by for Verbal Combat Fridays. You'll probably have fun with that.
I'm thinking about joining up if you'll have me.
Anytime. Yeah, anytime.
Thanks, man.
No problem. Farney, Teriak, you guys got anything for the crowd before y'all go?
I said that all muted. What a guy. I said good debates and all that, Voltage Mike, man. Yeah, I'll just go mine because Teriak is probably going to give a better shout out. He's the champ. He deserves to have last word for it. So just shout out to, you know, the SpeakeaZy's audience, one of the best audiences I've seen on YouTube. Great mix, like Voltage Mike was saying. It's awesome. Easy, it's real. Always has great panels going on. Runs an awesome channel. Congrats on making it 24 hours, bud. And yeah, don't forget, it's not John, guys. It's Johnny. So just remember that. He likes being called Johnny. I don't know if anybody's going to remember that reference. You had to make it through the whole stream, I guess.
All right. Thanks, bro. And Teriak.
Yeah, like I said, just basically same name on Twitter or X, whatever it's called, YouTube, TAREYAK. Easy way to remember teriyaki sauce. Like it is, you got to roll with the memes. Like I said, huge shout out to the Ease for having me on the Verbal Combat. Massive thank you to everyone who voted as well to get me the win as well. Like I said, next I'll be on is probably Project VO pod tomorrow. Going to be talking about beds and fucking all that kind of shit in the Red Pill community. So like I said, boys, keep it safe kind of thing. But other than that, like I said, as always, pleasure, and thanks for having me on SpeakeaZy.
No problem. No problem. Thank you guys all for coming. Oh, and thank you all. Yeah, give yourselves in the chat. Yeah, give yourselves in the chat some W's, okay? You guys all definitely deserve some W's, okay? Oh, look, it's going to show the membership gifting again. That's funny. You guys are absolutely amazing, okay? I got the best chat, hands down, okay? Nah, bro. Not even. That's the funny part. I actually have to go do some shit. I actually got to go do some shit, so... Shit. This is life. Yep, I'm gonna go shower. As much as I want to fucking sleep right now, nope. I have to go shower. I have to go get some shit done. And then I'll go to sleep.
VTI Den super chatted $20. Fuck that 83% is not good enough, Kane.
Based. I wasn't expecting the voice thing to come, but based. You guys are amazing. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any to read here. No, I didn't miss any to read. Flat currency is just monopoly money. The entire system is manipulated and propped up. Yeah, I don't think I read that one out loud. I just highlighted it, so there's that one. Yeah, I read all of the super chats. Look how close to the goal. You guys are absolutely just fucking amazing, okay? Yeah. I'm not jiving. It's stuff around the house. It's stuff around the house I gotta do, so I gotta go do some shit in the backyard. Yeah, so technically here, I'll even put it one sec just so you can see it. Because technically, even though it didn't come through for some reason on stream, like on screen here, I don't know why, that's weird. But let me manually hit this bar quick. One sec. I'll add Andrew's 100 to it. This would be 745. I'll put it at 746. Add the 2 cents, huh? Hold up. Hold up.
Coyote Killer super chatted $5. Last one.
Yeah, fucking G. 307 Coyote Killer. And now I gotta fix this. Add this 100 in from Andrew. Add this 100 in from Andrew. 751. I'll just add the 2 cents. Just 'cause. Andrew donated $200. River of Hate. Not only one. Big boss. Oh shit.
When can EOO30 super chatted $5? 307 beat me dead, but fuck it, still send it long.
You guys are awesome. 307 says last one, $5, and then why when can I says 307 beat me to it, but fuck it, still send it with another $5. You're amazing. You guys are fucking awesome. You guys are fucking awesome. Look at that. Not only we beat the goal, met the goal, we beat the goal. You see that shit? You guys are absolutely fucking amazing, okay? You guys are absolutely amazing. Why did it sound like it said it in an English accent? I think it did, to be honest. I just woke up and y'all still here grifting. Wally, it got pushed to 24 hours, so here we are. I made it 24 hours. And now I gotta go do shit when I don't want to. I want to sleep, but I can't sleep. I gotta go shower and go do some shit in the backyard, get it done, or else, because it's supposed to rain. I just checked. It's supposed to rain tomorrow and the next day and the next day. When's Andrew going on? You said here. Let me redirect you guys to Andrew's stream. Hold up. I'm on my way. I'm on my way now. Hold up. Let me set it up. I see you, Ari Nutman. Let me set this up first here. You guys are fucking champions. Let me tell you something. You guys are all fucking amazing. Okay. We saved the Sims because of our marathon. We saved the Sims. Shit. Why don't I see... What's the stream called? No, I can't even see the chat. Debate prep. Okay, got you. Six 4/2024. There's still a half an hour. Yeah, Farney. This is a love for you, bro. There's your love, bro. You thought you couldn't see it. I'm going to show you it. I'm going to manifest love. I'm going to manifest love for you, bro. Hold up. See that? I can show you what love looks like, bro, because I'm fucking amazing. I'm fucking amazing. Oh. Run with another 30, eh? Yeah, but I'm just gonna. Did he? Are you lying, Jen? You're right. It is at that point. I'm laughing at fucking nothing right now. Did he go live? Oh, you probably got notified that he's going live in a half hour. That's probably what you got the notification of, that he's going live in 30 minutes. Should we jam out? I have to use the washroom. So let me put something on. I think this song has gotten me a copyright claim. I mean, I don't care, to be honest. We celebrating, okay? Hold up. Pussy. Hang out with your wang out, bro. True, bro. True, bro. I do it all the time. I might be doing it right now. You wouldn't even know. I really gotta use the washroom though. Hold up. Let me find something here to put on for you. Ah, shit. Hold up. This is too funny. I'm just like, oh, fuck. Just saying, I appreciate you all. You all are fucking amazing for helping me get through this fucking crazy marathon 24 hours. I mean, I've done 38, so I still have to beat that record. This wasn't a beating a record type of thing. This was a test stream that turned into a 24-hour stream. That's just insane to me. But I like it. It's all good. Okay. All right, let me just do this. Fuck it. Fuck it. Whale oil beef hooked. Hey, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I am zoning. All right. Yeah, I know. They'll take clips of this and say, look, he was drunk. Look how drunk he is. Yo, why, when can I? Big W's and crowns for why, when can I in the chat. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships. You're absolutely amazing. Every single one of you.
Am I wrong for thinking out the box from where I stay? Am I wrong for saying that I choose another way? I ain't trying to do what everybody else doing, just cause everybody doing what they all do. If one thing I know, I fall but I grow. I'm walking down this road of mine, this road that I go home. So am I wrong for thinking that we could be something for real? Now am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see? That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Trying to reach the things that I can't see. Am I tripping for having a vision? My prediction, I'ma be on top of the world. Walk and don't look back. Always do what you decide. Don't let them control your life. That's just how I feel. Yours, so don't let go. Don't let them compare you, no. Don't worry, you're not alone. That's just how we feel.
Am I wrong?
Am I wrong? Thinking that we could be something for real.
Oh, yeah.
Now am I wrong? Am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see?
Well, that's just how I feel.
That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Trying to reach the things that I can't see. If you tell me I'm wrong, I don't wanna be right. If you tell me I'm wrong, I don't wanna be right. If you tell me I'm wrong, I don't wanna be right. If you tell me I'm wrong, I don't wanna be right.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's take him back.
Take them back.
Uh-huh.
Coming up, I was confused. My mama kissing a girl. Confusion occurs coming up in the cold world. Daddy ain't around, probably out committing felonies. My favorite rapper used to sing, check out my melody. I wanna live good, so shit, I sell dope for a 4-finger ring. One of them gold ropes. Nana told me if I pass, I get a sheepskin coat. If I can move a few packs, I get the hat. Now that'd be dope. Tossed and turned in my sleep that night. Woke up the next morning, niggas that stole my bike. Different day, same shit, ain't nothing good. In the hood, I run away from this bitch and never come back if I could. Hated to love it, the underdogs on top. And I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead, envy me. I'm Raps MVP, and I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me. Hated to love it, the underdogs on top. And I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead, envy me. I'm Raps MVP, and I ain't going nowhere so you can get to know me. On the grill of my low rider, guns on both sides.
I don't know what I just clicked on. Fuck. What is this? Oh, I know this. I don't remember where I heard this or why I heard this, but I've heard this. Are they gonna do anything though? Like, yeah, okay. It is what I thought it was.
Straight from the top of my dome. Freestyler. Rock the microphone. Carry on with the freestyle.
Wait, I like this better though.
I wake up every day is a daydream. Everything in my life ain't what it seems. I wake up just to go back to sleep. I act real shallow, but I'm in too deep. And all I care about is sex and violence. A heavy bass line is my kind of silence. Everybody says that I gotta get a grip, but I let sanity give me the slip. Some people think I'm bonkers, but I just think I'm free. Man, I'm just living my life, there's nothing crazy about me. Some people pay for thrills, but I get mine for free. Man, I'm just living my life, there's nothing crazy about me.
Bonkers.
I wake up every day is a daydream. Everything in my life ain't what it seems. I wake up just to go back to sleep. I act real shallow, but I'm in too deep. And all I care about is sex and violence. A heavy bass line is my kind of silence. Everybody says that I gotta get a grip, but I let sanity give me the slip.
Bonkers.
Some people think I'm bonkers, but I just think I'm free. And I'm just living my life, there's nothing crazy about me. Some people pay for thrills, but I get mine for free. Man, I'm just living my life, there's nothing crazy about me. Yeah, man, in the floor now. Back there, floor.
Woo!
I'm begging.
What fucking version is that? Not the one I want to listen to. Psh, you can't steal that song from people, bro. That's not cool. Whew. Easy coming. Yeah. Yeah, I'm begging. Good song, it's a trippy song. It's catchy as fuck. Hey, guys, my ring. Wait, I got one better for you.
Love is a razor and I walk a line on that silver blade. Slapping the dust with his dark eyes, red with a slaughter of innocence. And I will pray for her. I will call her name out loud. I will plead for her. If I could only see her now. Has he lost his mind? Then is he or is he blind? Can he walk at all? Or if he moves, will he fall? Is he alive or dead? Has he thought within his head? We'll just pass him there. Why should we even care? He was turned to steel in the great magnetic field when he traveled time for the future of mankind. Nobody wants him. He just stares at the world. Planning his vengeance that he will survive.
We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teacher, leave them kids alone. Hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall.
We don't need no education. We don't need no Is there anybody in there? Just nod if you can hear me. Is there anyone home? Come on now. I hear you feeling down. Well, I can ease your pain, get you on your feet again. Relax. I need some information first. Just the basic facts. Can you show me where it hurts? There is no pain, you are receding. The distant shit smoke on the horizon. You are only coming through in waves. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you're saying.
When I was a child, I had a fever.
My hands felt just like two balloons. Now I've got that feeling once again. I can't explain, you will not understand. This is not how I am.
Have you come? Have you come?
Okay. Just a little pinprick. There'll be no more. But you may be a little sick. Can you stand?
All right, before we end up hold on. Before we wrap this up and I send y'all over to Andrew. Oh, look at this. I still want to know how you got my playlist. Yo, shout out Viking Paradigms for the $2 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate you. You a G. Viking, that was my playlist. I got everybody's playlist. Yeah, I'm very open with music. Here, before I go, I'll show you two songs. One is going to be the outro song, but I'll show you my favorite song of life. And you'll be like, this is not your favorite song. It is. 100%.
And now the end is near,
and
so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do. I saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way. I've loved,
the best song in life.
I've had my fill,
my share of losing,
and now as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think
I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. That's my favorite song in the world. For real. That sun's coming in bright, telling me I have to go out and do that shit in the back. I know. I'm coming, okay? I'm coming. Stop shining so bright at me, okay? Damn, son. All right. You guys are all G's. Okay. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Did we get another one? Look at this. This was a rad stream. Thank you, Evan. You are a fucking G. I appreciate you. Let me give one more of these for everybody. Everybody that helped reach our goal. Not only reach our goal, but beat our goal. Okay? Let me give one more of these for all of y'all. Thank you so much. Okay? You guys are absolutely fucking amazing. All of you. Everyone who participated just being here, I appreciate you too. You are also awesome. Thank you so much for being here. All the mods for holding shit down. You know already. Y'all fucking amazing. Okay. It can be 30, it can be 1,300. Best chat hands down on fucking YouTube. And before you go, don't forget, you gotta ask yourself one question.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.